Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Memorial Field is the Suffolk Division III semifinals. Two of the county's top quarterbacks dueling this afternoon for a right to get to Laval Stadium for the final. We welcome you to Hills West High School, where the Buccaneers of Islip, the number 3 seed, taking on the Colts from Hills West, the number 2 seed here in the Section 11 Division III semifinal game. We're not quite at the championship yet. We welcome you inside the press box here. Dylan Butler alongside Desmond Megna for this one. Should be a really entertaining matchup, an intriguing one. Listen, these two teams met just a couple weeks ago. Hills West, a comfortable win. But this is the playoffs. It's high school football. Teams adjust. So, you know, this could be an interesting one. Listen, almost all of Long Island is saying Hills West, Sayville, right? But we're not there yet.
That's the game everybody wants. That's the game everybody's looking for. But, you know, Islip's loaded with studs, loaded with athletes, and they have one of the best quarterbacks in Suffolk County. So, like you said, anything can happen.
We take a look at the bracket and how these teams got here, and also an update from last night as well. Sayville has already booked their spot. They defeated a tough West Hampton squad, as you see Islip making their way out onto the field. And Hills West and Sayville, they met in the regular season. It was 7 points difference. That's the difference right now between an undefeated season for Hills West. But there you see.
You got it. No worries. Thank you. You tell me. I'm good whenever.
Islip making their way out onto the field.
Thank you, guys.
But, yeah, listen, it's you know, both of these coaches said, you know, that they don't expect it to quite be the way that it was in that regular season contest.
Yeah, you know, the Sayville factor is an interesting factor in both games, Dylan, because, you know, the first time Islip and Hills West met, it was the week after the Sayville loss, and, you know, maybe a little redemption on their mind. And then this week, you know, Coach Filardi has a tough job to make sure that his kids stay focused at the task at hand and not look forward to Sayville and that rematch that we know that they want. So it's going to be an interesting matchup all the way around.
Islip, they come in at 7-2 on the season, the number 3 seed. Their only 2 losses are to the top 2 seeds in Hills West, or Sayville and Hills West, 1 and 2. And listen, it's been a fantastic season for these guys. Remember a year ago, too, they struggled in Division 4. A lot of injuries to key guys. Those guys are back. Right. An influx of newcomers as well, a few transfers from St. Anthony's. So these Buccaneers, they are rolling, and 2 guys, Des, who they'll be looking for today if they are able to pull off the upset, Dylan Smith and Christian Hall. And there we see some of their numbers on the year.
Yeah, Dylan Smith is a tough matchup for everybody. I saw him in the Sayville game. I was extremely impressed with him. He's a phenomenal two-sport athlete. He's bringing up Islip athletics in a couple of different spots. But he's a tough matchup. And Christian Hall is just a tough kid, man. He makes a lot of plays in the middle of the field. Anytime you have a player like that can disrupt an offensive flow, especially with an offense like Hills West, he's going to be a big part.
And Dylan Smith, one of those guys who transferred from St. Anthony's back into the district, and he has been a massive addition for this team, a real breath of fresh air for them, for the Buccaneers, as their players are being introduced here to the crowd at Hills West. Cool touch, too, where every player gets announced for this one. So that's Islip 7-2 on the season. We flip the page over to Hills West, a team that kind of has been building year after year for this year. This is the year. And these guys right here are a couple of guys who have been instrumental year after year. They are seniors. It is their time.
Right. Jesse Brooks, electric on the outside. They have so many weapons on offense. He's one that stands out. I've seen him catch touchdowns in so many different ways. I've seen him catch them off swing passes. I've seen him catch them on slants over the middle, and I've seen him catch them on go routes. And he can just do it all for them. And then Rayao on the other side of the ball, well, on both sides of the ball, let's face it, is an absolute animal. But he's just an elite athlete. He's a Division I ACC athlete, and he can erase the other team's best player, and then he can force matchup nightmares on the other side as well.
And you see the Colts getting ready to make their way out onto the field. This offense, absolutely electric. I mean, video game type numbers week after week, 47.3 points per game. But Gerald Filardi, their head coach, says it's the defense that he's most proud of, only giving up 13 points a game.
Right.
So, I mean, listen, when we get to the keys, one thing that, Jamie Lynch for Islip said, we've got to match them point for point.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest keys, and Coach Lynch did say it, is you can't let Hills West get out early. You don't want to get into a track meet with them because that's just asking for trouble. But I do agree with Coach Filardi on his assessment of his defense. I was very impressed in the Sayville game. I thought they were hard-hitting, obviously well-coached on that side of the ball. And, they slowed the game down and were able to slow down Sayville's offense for a while, which was impressive.
And, in fact, let's take a look now at the keys. We spoke with both head coaches ahead of this game. As you see the Colts getting ready to make their way in the field, and there you see it. Listen, key number one for Islip, that's easier said than done. Everyone has had that key.
Yeah.
Few have actually executed it.
Correct. Getting pressure on him is one thing. Containing him with that pressure is another thing, because, you could get all the pressure you want on him, and he'll break off an 80-yard run.
And we mentioned before that matching offensively. And listen, Jamie Lynch says, let's get an unconventional score, maybe a kickoff return, where they've been very good on specials this year.
Right.
Maybe a scoop and score, maybe an interception, some sort of a score that you're not expecting.
Yeah, I read that, and I thought that was pretty smart of him. Like, if you can get one of those defensive scores, something to kind of balance it out, throw a little wrinkle into the game, something unexpected, it's a big deal.
And for Hills West, they want to be solid in all three phases. And the third phase, special teams, was especially important, Filardi said, because of how good Islip is on that side.
Right. Islip has some guys that can take a punt or a kickoff right back to the house. Like I said, they're loaded with athletes. And, athletes make plays in big games. And Coach Filardi's 100% correct.
Hills West, obviously, they don't want to give up a big play. They also want to be solid and execute as well. And there you see all of the players for Hills West also being introduced by Bill Mataratona, basketball coach here.
I can't speak for how this game's going to go exactly, but I think we're going to see some big plays. I know everybody wants to limit them, but there's just too much athleticism on both sides of the ball. We're going to see some big plays today.
And we will talk too as this game goes along about these two quarterbacks, and obviously both of them, two of the top in Suffolk County, and in Filardi, maybe one of the best, certainly in New York State. But Nash on the other side, man, he's solid as well. He's another transfer from St. Anthony's, so expect these guys, I think, to play a big role today as we take a look at the bracket and how these two teams got here. Islip, certainly a much tougher road, right? They had a battle against Hauppauge. They had a rally late. They're a fourth quarter team. They needed that fourth quarter to beat Hauppauge.
Yeah, they come alive in the second half, and whether that's coaching and adjustments that they make at the half, or whether it just takes them a little while sometimes to get warmed up and kind of get the feel and flow of the game. But that was an impressive win because they were in trouble at one point, I thought, last week, and they were able to turn it around.
Yeah, and that one for Islip. Big rally there in the fourth quarter.
Number 18, Gurneil
Brady Nash, 12-yard touchdown run with 58 seconds left. That broke the 22-all tie.
Yep.
That gave him the win. Dylan Smith picked up an interception on Hotbog's final drive. That sealed it. Nash, 135 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns, 14 carries. How about 19 of 25 for 165 and a TD as well?
And you know what? That's what you're going to need. If they're going to win today, that's what they're going to need. They're going to need their best players to make their biggest plays. That's what's going to have to happen for them today.
And you see waiting, the winner of this one is Sayville. You were out there last night. Chilly evening, but a good win for Sayville. Undefeated, beating a tough West Hampton team.
Yeah, I listen, Coach Shamloffel at West Hampton always has his guys ready to play. He's one of the best coaches I know in any sport. He's always prepared. But Sayville, Coach Reed Sands, those kids are just machines. And the one thing I can tell you is they just limit mistakes. They play mistake-free ball. Patrick Cohn does not turn the ball over. He's very smart with his decision-making. And it's tough to beat a team when they're good, well-coached, and they play mistake-free ball.
So you see there, November 22nd, 7:30, Laval Stadium. Sayville is already there. A lot of people on the island think Hills West will be there as well, and Jamie Lynch says that's something at Islip they are embracing. Let's be the underdog. Let's be the team. Let's shock the world.
And listen, and Sayville and Islip that's a hometown rivalry. So either way, either opponent would be a great game.
Take a quick break for the anthem. We'll have the opening kickoff when we return right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey, this is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Let's hear it for Brooklyn.
Back here at Hills West High School, Dylan Butler, Des Megna here for what should be a lot of fun. This one, Islip and Hills West, the 2 and the 3 seeds. We mentioned before, these two teams met in the regular season. You go back to week 7 at Islip. Hills West, a 56-20 win in that one. Joe Filardi threw for 323 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jesse Brooks, 6 catches for 116 yards and 3 scores. Anthony Rayo, 7 receptions for 126 and 2. He had an interception as well.
He was all over.
It was a fantastic game for them. Alfaro as well, Christian Alfaro. We didn't talk about him yet. He's a transfer for Hills West from St. Anthony's, and he has really kind of completed this offense, shown the ability. Listen, he can run the football, obviously, and now you have to respect that and play for that as well.
Yeah, he's added a nice dimension. It makes them, a three-dimensional offense. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and Filardi can do both out of the so you always have 3 weapons, and Alfaro definitely complements the rest of the Hills West offense.
And you can see the captains for both teams meeting at midfield for the coin toss. So we'll see. I don't know. What do you think? If you're Jamie Lynch, what do you do here? If you win the toss, I should say.
I'm 100% taking the ball. I'm taking the ball. I'm trying to slow this game down. I'm trying to take as much clock off, whether I get points or not. If I can have, punt the ball back or, give the ball back to them deep in their own zone and there's maybe, 5 minutes left. If I get a nice 7-minute drive with Jamie Lynch, points or no points, that's a win for us.
And again, listen, if you go through the phases of the game and who's got the edge, you check off just about everyone for the Colts. There's no doubt about it, except maybe for specials. And Islip could affect the game in special teams this afternoon.
Right. And sometimes, how many times have we seen it in big games where a special teams play changes the momentum in the game? We've seen it at every level of football, from the Super Bowl down to Pee Wee. Special teams can be that, tilt the field in your favor a little bit. It doesn't even have to be a touchdown, Dylan. It could be a long return that tilts the field and gives the field possession battle to Islip. And, it's a windy day today. There's a lot of different things can happen that play into this.
So Islip won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and Hills West will receive.
Putting a lot of faith in his defense.
Today's game time temperature is a brisk 53 degrees.
So final huddles before this one.
That's how I do my stats in basketball. Oh, sorry, Ben.
As Islip, a key for them,
56? All right,
and it goes along with them having to match them. They cannot. It can't be a rematch the same as the game one in the regular season. They fell in a 21-0 hole first quarter.
Right.
You can't climb out of a hole like that against the Hills West team.
And to be honest, I'm not second-guessing Coach Lynch at all, because there could be a million factors that factors into his decision. Like I said, the wind, the sun, all those things. But that's the one reason why I would have taken the ball. I would have really wanted to just slow it down and, do anything I can to. You don't want to make this a track meet because you're not going to win a track meet.
So the Buccaneers, number 3 seed against 7-2. Hills West 8-1. With all due respect to West Hampton this year, it has been kind of. A lot of people think a 2-horse race, but
right.
Islip certainly has also inserted themselves into that as that third team. Deep for the Colts is Rayo alongside Sal Cayezo.
The Islip and Half Hollow Hill School District.
I'm kicking it right. I'm trying to keep it away from number 9 here.
And doing the kicking is Carver Mason for Islip. And there you see the Colts head coach, Gerald Filardi. 6th season at the helm, a 1992 graduate of Walt Whitman High School. It's got to be incredibly special and emotional for him. Not only is he coaching his son, but guys who he's coached since they were 8 and 9 years old, all of his son's boys all together, and this is their last hurrah.
Yeah, this has got to be emotional for him, but it's got to be a great ride. He probably loves every second of it.
And this is their final game at home as well, as Carver bounces it, takes a high bounce. It'll be fielded by Rayo, fumbled for a moment. Rayo loses the ball. It's loose. It's still loose.
Oh, how did Islip not come up with that?
Ball is fumbled on the play.
And it will be Hills West ball.
Oh, that's what we talked about in the open. Hit the nail on the head, Dylan.
So Hills West takes the field, led by Joe Filardi. And what a senior season the Syracuse Lax and football player has had. And look at some of the numbers for Filardi. I'll show them to you in a moment here. But he has impacted the game in both with his legs and with his arm as well. And there you see it. Look at that total yards, just shy of 3,038 total touchdowns on the year.
And the percentage is ridiculous. 91 out of 137 is unbelievable at the high school level.
Yeah, that comes out to 67.7%. I did that math before, Des. I didn't just do it now.
That was pretty impressive.
The Colts, not the field position they want, but listen, they're a quick-fire offense. They can make up for this in a few plays. Filardi hands off up the middle. That looked to be Alfaro with the run. Let's meet the starters offensively for Hills West, joining Filardi and Alfaro. Terrific wide receiving group. You got Brooks, Rayo, Taff, And Reish,
Second and 9.
Sigismundi, Herrera, Santoro, Vogt, and Dory up front for the Colts. 2nd and 8 from the 14-yard line. Good look there at Mason Reish, the senior tight end, but he can also run out, he can block, he can catch.
What's that?
They're one-on-one down low
Oh, they are, yeah.
with Jesse Brooks. Yep, that's where they're going.
Filardi over the top, looking for Brooks.
Oh.
In and out of his hands.
Pass intended from
I thought that
Florida
was a gamble by Islip to put them one-on-one.
Gennaro.
Let's meet the starters defensively for the Buccaneers. Starts up front. We mentioned Christian Hall as one of our impact players. There you see it's Hall, Tierney, Patterson, and Simpson. Tredoy, Zuzai, Smith, and your secondary, DeGennaro, Rayo, Morales, and Vitelli.
That was DeGennaro, came over late. Right there, made a nice play.
3rd and 8 from the 14-yard line. Filardi, quick out, finds Rayo. Rayo across the middle of the field. A great tackle as well. They'll move the chains, but if you are Islip, you want to avoid that big play, and you need to tackle soundly.
And you know, I think that first play that just went through Brooks' hand, I think that kind of switched their defensive philosophy quick.
29 yards.
It's a good grab by Rayo there over the middle.
So Rayo.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say Rayo out to the 29, move the chains, 1st and 10, so a 3rd down conversion for the Colts. Filardi takes it himself, runs towards that Islip sideline, and he'll get about 3 or 4 yards there.
Tackled by Robert Race, number 53.
Filardi, so dynamic.
It'll be 2nd and 5.
As you game plan for a guy like that, you've got to do that in multiple ways.
Yeah, I mean, almost how do you? He's very like, you know, these new age quarterbacks that we see in the NFL. You know, the Jaden Daniels, the Lamar Jacksons. Like, you really can't game plan him for him. You just have to hope to contain him and hope he doesn't break those huge plays. And you got to hit him hard every time he gets the ball. You got to make him think twice about pulling that down and going.
2nd and 5 from the 34-yard line.
And they're in man again.
Filardi hands off. It's Alfaro pushing forward.
Alfaro with the run, short gain, tackled by 53.
There's a big third down right here, Dylan. There's a big third down. If Islip can get their D off the field here, that'd be a huge win.
Robbie Race, the senior, with the tackle. And actually, they'll 3rd and 5 here.
No gain there. That was a tough spot. I thought he got a little further.
So 2nd, 3rd down conversion. First one went Filardi to Rayo.
I like
Filardi to Alfaro, in and out of his hands. So it would appear job done here for Islip.
Doesn't look like they're. There he is. I was thinking for a second the offense wasn't immediately coming off the field.
So Ryan Levy, sensational soccer player for the Hills West team, 30 goals this year, and has really improved as a kicker. He's now a full-time kicker with the soccer season over, so all those extra reps he gets has been positive. Rhea will be snapping.
Yeah, he had an amazing year this year. For soccer, I mean, sorry.
Jake DeGennaro, Dylan Smith deep. This one is a short punt.
There's the wind.
And yeah, it did affect it. You're right. Rayo, Anthony Rayo. There's two different Rayos, two different spellings.
Yeah, right.
So I have to use the full name. But listen, we talked about Filardi a lot, but now it's Islip on the field, and Brady Nash. He has been phenomenal. Transferred from St. Anthony's just before the start of last year. They were a different offense a year ago when he came in. They changed to a spread because of Nash, and you could see his. We'll get to his numbers in a moment, but Nash has been outstanding for Islip, especially this year. More comfortable in his skin in the offense. And there you see those numbers on the year, 2,800 total yards and 29 touchdowns. First play from scrimmage, it is Nash. Kicking to the outside, Brady Nash. A great run on first down. And listen, when you go from third down the way that you did and you get a stop for Islip and then you get a run like Brady Nash, that gets the confidence going as they move the chains.
I mean, I have to tell you, this is a dynamic that he brings that they don't see a lot. There's not a lot of running quarterbacks like Nash in their division. I mean, they probably have the best one in their own huddle, but you know, Nash is no slouch, and they're gonna have to account for him.
First and 10 from the Hills West 45-yard line. Up the middle goes Christian Hall for about 6. Let's meet the starters offensively for Islip. Joining Nash and Hall, Smith, Jack Rayo, Jake DeGennaro, and Owen McManus on the line. Arozovich, Race, Lewis, Patterson, and Amansi. So 2 yards for Hall, that tough physical downhill runner.
They got a little push there too, the O-line.
Nash slings it
Good
to
protection.
the sideline, finds Jack Rayo. And Jack Rayo
From Nash to Rayo.
makes a good reception there as we meet the defense for Hills West. Up front, Jarrell Jenkins, Mason Reich, Sal Santoro, and Jaden Smith. Gurneel Parhar, Cade Diaz, Sal Cayazo are your linebackers. It's Alfaro and Brooks at the corners. Anthony Rayo and Joseph Filardi. And you see we listed one as a strong safety, one as a free safety. They are interchangeable in those roles.
They got athletes on defense, boy, I tell you.
Big third down here for the Buccaneers. It goes to Hall. Pushes forward, and he's sent backwards. The D-line
Fourth down
for the Colts.
This is a tough call right here.
Parhar in the charge there.
You're almost in the spot where you go. I think I go for it.
Looks like no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 3 for the Buccaneers on the Hills West.
The Buccaneers have to get to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, these are always the tough spots. You're going to punt it and net, 20 yards on it, or you take the chance and you go for it. And I think you're on the road. You're playing one of the best teams in the state. I love this call early on.
So here we go. Nash, he's got Hall to his left hip. Twin receivers on either side. Nash gets a low pass. It's incomplete. And the Buccaneers turn it over on downs.
Yeah, that was great pressure from Cayozo there.
We like to let everyone know that the PTA
And to your point, Des, listen, if you turn it over, which they did at this point in the field, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, not at all. Not at all. And, look at the pressure. Yeah, it was good defense. You could see that it looks like Hills West's plan is we are not going to let Dylan Smith beat us. And then, they seem to be sliding coverage over to his side. They have Filardi slid over to his side on that last play, and they're gonna make somebody else beat them today.
So 1st and 10 from the Hills West 38-yard line. Just underway here, this Suffolk Division III semifinal. Sayville awaits the winner. Luke Taff was in motion. He's at the bottom of your screen. You got DeGennaro on him. Empty backfield for Filardi.
Their empty backfield sets are scary.
And here comes Filardi out of that empty backfield, out to midfield, angles it towards the Islip sideline, continues on his feet. Filardi, end zone, touchdown for Hills West. 63 yards to the house. Filardi, rushing touchdown number 9 on the season.
Yeah, I said those empty backfield sets are scary, and here's why. They spread him out. They got him into man, and then there's nobody to account for Filardi. And then there's great blocking downfield. After he makes this guy miss, here's a great block right here. There's one, and then he was home free from there.
Ryan Levy on for the PAT. Anthony Rayo is your long snapper. Joseph Filardi is your holder. Levy has been outstanding at PATs, 51 of 52. Add another one on for Levy, and the Colts jump in front 7-0. You're watching this Suffolk Division III semifinal showdown right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
And Smith. Back here at Hills West High School, 7-0 for the Colts. Filardi with that 63-yard touchdown run. And you can see some of the wind playing a role here as Levy's got to put the ball back onto the tee. DeGennaro and Smith are deep for the Buccaneers.
And both dangerous. I wonder if they're going to kick it away or... Yeah, that's what I figured.
Levy puts it on the ground. It takes a bounce, and it's got to be fielded there. It's a similar situation to Anthony Rayo on the other side. A low kick. Make sure that there's no return there.
Yeah, and you know what's upsetting if you're an Islip fan is they had all the breaks going their way. They should have jumped on that fumble. Rayo had a tough time handling that. And then, if you get that ball down there and you put points on the board, it's a brand new different game. But everything was going their way. They were playing well. I thought that they should be happy at 6-minute mark, and then Filardi break one. And, that's what this team can do to you.
And now that puts more pressure on the Buccaneers on this drive.
Yeah, you got to take time off the clock. You got to flip the field here. A couple first downs, get your momentum and your confidence going.
And there's Nash, the football junkie. Nash up the middle.
Nash with the run.
And not much there for the senior.
Jaden Smith. Jarrell Jenkins on attack.
Smith Jenkins among the tacklers. But yeah, when Nash walked in the building, before that, they were the triple option offense.
Right.
Nash walks in, and Jamie Lynch is like, we got to change things up here. we're going spread. And here's Nash.
Here's Dylan Smith. Oh, I thought he had him.
Plenty of time for Nash. Keeps it himself. Pulled down. But he gets close to the first down marker. Loses his lid now. Will he have to sit out for a play? Looks like he will. And now how does this affect things for...
First down, Islip.
Can they take a timeout?
Well, Islip gets a first down, so maybe you go Wildcat here for at least a play. Now the backup QB...
Is DeGennaro or...?
No, it's Jack Rayo. He was the QB before Nash arrived. He will be the starting QB next year as well.
Another great athlete. And I loved what the coach said about him, how selfless he was and just making the transition and doing what was best for the team. Can't say enough about a kid like that.
Number 2, you saw just walk in there as well, Mikey Vitale. Handoff, here's Hall. Spins, and because of that spin, ended up with something positive, but man, the pursuit was fierce. So now Nash can get back in, but they had Hall here in the backfield, Des.
Yeah, they did. Those are tough yards right there. We got to find a way to get the ball to number 6 if we're Islip here.
Ben Vogt on the tackle. Nash back in. Out route nearly picked off by K. Diaz.
Yeah, a little miscommunication, I think. But as I said they did it. But it just looked like a little miscommunication between Nash and Dylan Smith.
So a 2nd and 8 from the 41-yard line. Here's Nash.
He's got him.
He goes deep. Complete! Jack Rayo with the reception.
Nash to Jack Rayo, and that'll be a first down for the Buccaneers. Got down to the 20-yard line.
Great job by Nash. He threw a little hitch in there, froze the DB. Look at right there, boom, little hitch on the out, and goes over the top.
Rayo has been outstanding this year. That was his 22nd reception, 405 yards, 4 TDs as well. Listen, there's, we talk all about the playmakers, as it looks like Smith.
No, it's Rayo.
Or Rayo, excuse me, down.
I think he landed awkwardly on the tackle.
Nash takes it himself up the middle. But there's some great playmakers as well on the other side. Smith, Rayo, DeGennaro. These are all guys who, on any given moment, can break for one.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them in the spring and the summer on the lacrosse field, and I can tell you one thing about them: they're tough kids, tough, hard-nosed kids.
2nd and 4 from the 14-yard line. Islip in the red zone.
Huge drive right here for Islip.
Nash follows his blockers up the middle. Brady Nash pushes forward, and he'll move the chains.
I'll tell you one thing that's got to be encouraging is the O-line of Islip is getting a little bit of a push. They're getting a push, and they're creating spaces.
Yeah, here's a look at some of those guys.
That's a great block, 56.
Yeah, Josiah Patterson, the right guard, suffered a broken foot last year, week 3. One of those guys that they missed desperately. It's a 1st and goal now from the 7. Touchdown. Buccaneers.
What an answer.
And it goes to Dylan Smith.
Dylan Smith.
I'll tell you what, hits him on a little jet sweep there, or a little shovel pass, whatever you want to call it. But they're getting creative on ways to get Smith the ball, and that's what they have to do. Kudos to Jamie Lynch, man. That was a well-constructed drive and a great answer by the Buccaneers. Got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, much-needed score for Islip. As Carver Mason is on, it's Nico Rodriguez, your long snapper, and Jack Rayo to hold. The wind whipping up here off of Wolf Hill Road. Kick is up, and it is good. So Islip gets the response with 3:20 left in the first quarter. 7-all here. You're watching this Suffolk Division III semifinal on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Twins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Robert A. Collada Memorial Field, Islip has responded 7-all. And this one is a deep kick and in to the back of the end zone. Great job there by Mason. Listen, you don't want the athletes like Rayo and Brooks and those guys to return the ball, Caizo, so that's one way to do it.
Absolutely.
And in fact, they've done a great job back-to-back now.
Right.
Kicks.
Listen, Islip, take the one play away from them. Islip is doing everything that they want to do, everything in coaches' pregame notes they're hitting on. So they just got to limit the big plays. And they're empty backfield again, Dylan.
Last time they were empty backfield, Filardi took it 63 yards to the house. Sal Santoro is his center. And in the spread offense, he's got to be really good at snapping the football, and he has done that. Filardi to the sideline. His intended receiver was Jaden Smith.
I think he had a little more time there than he thought. I know empty backfield, you're worried about the numbers game, but they had them spread out. They were man-to-man all over. Filardi had a little more time than he thought, maybe.
Second and 10 for Hills West. Win or loss, they know this is their final game on this field. Next stop for the winning team, Laval Stadium at Stony Brook. Filardi flushed out. And that's where he's probably at his most dangerous, when he's out scrambling. And he angled it so well. You could see the football IQ, Des, where he knew exactly where he had to go, ran for that flag, and got the first down.
Yeah, quick pivot and then aimed right for it. I think Hills West definitely found something with these with the empty backfield. They're just tough to cover when they spread you out. And if you don't have a spy on Filardi, or a spy that can stay with him.
So that run gets Hills West to the 32-yard line. Filardi again scrambles towards the Islip sideline, lowers the shoulder, and he'll get about 5 on that first down run.
Bounce by number 6, Dylan Smith. Pickup of about 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Taking a lot of solid hits already, though, Filardi.
Give him 4 yards on that first down run. Second and 6. Filardi looks this side. Pressure comes his way, and that was a low pass, but credit to Christian Hall, for applying the pressure.
Defended by Dylan Smith.
Tracked him down from behind, got there in a hurry, forced a bad throw.
And he's the key defensively, because he, Hall, and Simpson on the outside, they are both speedy pass rushers, and you need a guy like Hall, again, to put some pressure on Filardi.
Absolutely. Another big third down here. If Islip can get off the field here, it's big.
3rd and 6 from the 36. High snap, Filardi takes it down. Again, under pressure, rolls right towards the Hills West sideline, and again, knows where he has to go, lowers his shoulder, forced out of bounds by DeGennaro, but it's another first down run for Filardi.
Yep, like you said last time, he knew exactly where he had to go.
He got down to the 47.
Again, Christian Smith, pressure from the backside.
Right about here, he got to the GPS going. Where's the first? Here it is. Okay.
Yep.
You have reached your destination.
Yep, tucks it.
And as his father and head coach has said, he's a guy who just gives us so much depth and latitude to do so many things. Makes everyone in the field better.
Absolutely. He's a generational talent.
Fakes the handoff. Plenty of time over the middle. What a grab by Jesse Brooks over the middle.
Great catch.
Jesse Brooks. Filardi to Brooks.
Brooks, a dynamic big play receiver. He can stretch the field.
Reached back for it, too. Snatched it clean.
The last note from head coach Filardi, great hands. You can see it there.
Yep, absolutely.
Brooks, 30 receptions for just over 900 yards and 15 touchdowns this season.
I think they're setting up. You're going to see like a draw eventually. Jesse Smith draw up the middle.
Filardi goes to the sideline to where Smith was. And Smith gets about 8 on first down.
Yeah, you can see Islip's getting a ton of pressure on the outside. And I just think that they've run that play action with Smith up the middle a couple times. I think they're going to catch him one time.
Second and 2 for the Colts.
See it again there.
Good move.
He
Gets
finds
upfield.
Smith out of the backfield. A guy who both in his ability to run and catch the football has impacted
Timeout, Islip with
the game in a
1:07
big
remaining
way.
in the first quarter.
As Islip calls timeout, we take a look over at their sideline. Head coach Jamie Lynch in his 19th season.
Was Coach Sabatino the defensive coordinator?
Yeah, 2012 graduate of Islip. Colin Smith is your offensive coordinator. And how about, too, a newcomer there, Gian Volante. Remember him, of course, at MacArthur. What a beast he was, the 2022 Thorpe Award winner, played linebacker at MacArthur, an All-American at Hofstra.
Pretty solid UFC fighter,
I was
too.
about to say that. He works with the linebackers and running backs for Islip. I mean, we look at the... There we go. Got a mask. Now, that guy or girl, it's a cold day here. So you get in the Colts in the mascot outfit, you're warm.
Yeah. They ain't chilly, that's for sure.
So out of the timeout, let's see what Jamie Lynch has here on a 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you, though, some plays seem small, right, at the time, Dylan. Some plays seem small and insignificant, like in the grand scheme of things. But that third down run on 3rd and 6, where Filardi was able to pick up the first down, sense the pressure from the outside, and now look where we are. I think when we look back at things, that play is going to end up being huge. Because if Islip gets a stop there, you know, the momentum swings.
There's the empty backfield you mentioned. Filardi.
Oh, good
deflected
play.
at the line.
Looked like 56.
It'll be third down
Nolan
and 2
Dory,
for the
maybe?
Colts.
Man, we'll see it again for Islip. Let's see who got his mid on it there.
56 and 58 have been getting pretty solid pressure.
Yeah, Patterson and Tierney. Those are your interior guys on the line. Tierney 6'2", Patterson 6 foot. Patterson had a terrific quarterfinal against Hauppauge, 4 sacks on the season, 3 in that game. And there again, Jaden Smith.
Yeah.
Complete from Filardi to Jaden Smith for a Hills West first down. Got down to the 15-yard line where it'll be first and
So
10.
red zone time for Hills West, 1st and 10 from the 15.
I mean, just add another weapon to the arsenal, right? Like we've talked about all these guys and Rayau and you know, Brooks and Filardi and then, oh, by the way, you know, you have to cover Jaden Smith coming out of the backfield.
An injured Islip player on the field. Hills West, we mentioned, has been kind of working their way up to this moment and to this run that they've had. Gerald Filardi said, we're a different team than last year. And there you see it. 2001, 3-5, and then back-to-back trips to the semifinals. He said so much was talked about last year's team, about the numbers they put up offensively and the way they were able to score. Filardi said, we're still able to score, but we do it in different ways. And he said he's been prouder of the defensive side this year, of course, than last year. It allows the offense, he said, to do different things. Last year, not solid on defense, a little bit of inexperience in the box.
Right.
Able to get 3 and outs this year, calls turnovers, which has been a big advantage for the Colts.
Yeah, absolutely. I can just tell you, just from the Sayville games from last year to this year, that the biggest improvement I see in them is on the defensive side. So I agree with Coach Filardi's assessment there. I think they're much better on the defensive side.
Yeah, last year, Hills West, they beat Smithtown West 70-68. That was in the first round, and then that loss to Sayville 42-28 in the semifinals. You go back 2 years ago, they beat the same Islip team in the first round, and then a semifinal loss to West Hampton.
Right.
So they've been trying to get themselves back to the championship game. They last won that in 2018, beating West Hampton.
Tough division the past couple of years, D3.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for the Colts inside the final minute of this first quarter.
Got him.
Touchdown. You fake the handoff. You go to Luke Taff. 15-yard touchdown for the Colts.
15-yard touchdown for the Colts with 39 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Solid execution. Great route run. Good ball fake here. And then the pass is perfect. Great route. It was a great. He ran a great route there. He got to his outside shoulder and then cut back across his face, turned the defender around. It's a great route.
And Taft's the guy we haven't spoken about, right? We mentioned Brooks and Rayo and Reish and Smith and Alfaro as Levy's PAT is no good. A rarity on the season. But for Taft, listen, came into this game 5 receptions, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Great story here, too. Taft was the backup QB, right? So
right.
Gerald Filardi said, listen, you would start in 8 out of the 12 teams in our division. Unfortunately, you're behind that generational quarterback that is Joseph. So he has stepped into the role, and Joe Filardi has done a great job mentoring him. And Taft knows it's his job next year at QB. But Filardi, the head coach, said he's too good of an athlete to just stand on the sideline with a clipboard.
Absolutely.
And you can see it there in the semifinals, a touchdown reception.
And it's not a bad kid to learn from. And Filardi is not only is he an All-American athlete, but he's an All-American kid, and I'm sure he embraces that role of mentoring, especially when your father is the coach. You want to set him up for the future. And if that's your quarterback of the future, you're in pretty good shape.
At least the immediate future, right? Taffa Jr., so he'll have a year to be that guy next year. So 13-7 for the Colts. And Levy on. Again, DeGennaro and Smith are deep as that ball flutters off the tee.
I know we're not going to see it, but I would love to see DeGennaro, Dylan Smith get their hands on one.
Yeah, DeGennaro has been very, very dangerous in that aspect. Smith, no slouch either, but DeGennaro has a punt return touchdown, has a kick return touchdown on the year.
He'll get this one.
He gets it off the bounce at the 15-yard line. DeGennaro jukes it towards his own sideline. And a quality return for the junior.
I willed it to happen.
There he is. Giovanni Pipitone.
All right, so now, again, if you're the Buccaneers, you've got to try to match scores.
Right.
31 seconds left in the first quarter. By this time in the regular season game, it was a 21-0 deficit.
21-0. Right, absolutely right. So you're feeling pretty good about yourself right now if you're Islip. If you can put together another nice long drive and end with some points, you'll be in great shape. And remember what we said, they come alive a little bit more in the second half.
Nash takes it himself. Powers forward right toward or just past, or on, the 45-yard line. Har on the tackle.
Yeah, solid 6 yards. And you know what that was set up by? That was set up by the last touchdown, because that's the play that they ran on the last touchdown where he kind of shovel passed it off to Smith, and this time faked it and was able to get some space up the middle.
2nd and 4. Will they get a play off here to end the quarter? They will not. So they will flip the field. 1 quarter in the books. And it's Hills West with a 13-7 lead over Islip. You're watching this Suffolk Division III semifinal showdown on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Going, Israel Bonikunda, running back for the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back at Robert A. Collada Memorial Field, Dylan Butler, Des Megna, our entire Varsity Media crew started the second quarter, 2nd and 4 for Islip. And it goes to Nash for no gain. Reish on the tackle. Score from Division I here out at William Floyd. The Colonials with a 14-7 lead over Sachem North.
It's a little bit of an upset last night. Ward Melville taking down Longwood. Although, you know, Ward Melville is always very good, but Longwood had been on a roll.
Nash, time to operate, goes sideline, and that's a reception, and a ridiculous one at that. Owen McManus.
With a nice catch.
I'll tell you what, this is all protection, Dylan. This is all protection. Look at the time they gave him.
To the 36-yard line of Hills West, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Islip.
Great job by the guys up front for Islip. Great protection, clean pocket, let the route develop. Great job.
McManus, usually that possession receiver. But they're a big catch for him. Eight receptions on the year now. You move the chains, 1st and 10 from the 36 now.
Good protection again.
Yeah, and Hall with a big block out of the backfield.
That was a huge block.
Nash tackled down by Ben Vogt. But that's what Hall brings. Again, listen, on the defensive side, he's a DN, right? He loves the physicality. You can see it again.
It looked like Jarrett Jenkins had a beat on him.
Watch 10. Boom.
What a block. Yeah, it was Jarrett Jenkins. It was a good play by him, too, because he kept contained, forced him up the middle, but what a block.
2nd and 5. Nash comes this way. Another reception, but a good job defensively as well. That was Dylan Smith, forced out by Anthony Rayo.
Yeah, good pass, good catch, good tackle.
Pushed out of bounds by Rayo. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Sets up a manageable 3rd down, though, for the Buccaneers. 3rd and 2 from the 28.
It's 2-down territory.
Yes.
So you don't have to push here. Just be smart.
2 downs to get 2 yards.
Yeah, they got trips down low.
And there's Nash following his big guys up front, pushing for the 1st down. He went right behind Josiah Patterson, the senior right guard, and he pushed him forward to a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen Josiah Patterson pull and Brady Nash just follow him right through the hole. He pulls from that right guard spot and opens up a huge hole. That's the 2nd or 3rd time they've run that.
Lynch said that one of the reasons we are where we are is because of someone like Josiah Patterson, who has come seemingly out of nowhere, missing really most of his junior year, now to become a major impact as Nash, again, pushes forward for a few more. And we take a look. Again, here's the big boys up front. Let's feature them here. Not the biggest sized offensive line, but listen, they operate really well.
Yeah, and listen, for high school football, you're 6 foot 215, and you can move like Josiah Patterson can. You're going to open up some holes. And they ran it again. They ran that same play right behind them. They're doing a nice job, the O-line.
On the left side, you got Arazovic and Race. Elijah Lewis is your center. Patterson and Amonsi on the right side. 2nd and 7 from the 15. It's Hall in the backfield. Takes the carry, bounces it to the outside. Great pursuit, though,
Christian Hall in the run.
by the Colts.
Yeah, that's a great job defensively because when he spun out of that, I thought he was going to see daylight. I thought he was getting in the end zone. That was great pursuit.
So a loss there on the play. Another look.
Right here, I thought he was in. All right there. What a play. Oh, that's Filardi. That was Filardi. What a play by him. Unbelievable. If he doesn't get there, I think we might be kicking an extra point right now.
Nash takes it himself. He also angles first flag of the game. He gets the first down and more, but we'll see if this one comes back.
I think it was illegal hands to the face.
A referee, Charles Groh. Let's see the signal.
Holding.
And there it is, holding on the offense. Joining Groh on the crew, the umpire Dave Hoff, head linesman Joe Galatano, Peter Brown, your line judge, and Anthony Tavella, the back judge.
I didn't really see a hold there.
And those are those killers, right? Like it backs you up.
In high school football, they're spot fouls, and they are killers is the right word. Kill momentum, kill drives.
So they backed up now to the 27-yard line.
Go from 1st and goal to 3rd and 20. Oh, he's got him.
Nash goes end zone and just out of the outstretched arms of Jake DeGennaro.
It'll be 4th down and long for the Buccaneers. They'll have the ball at their Hills West 20.
There's another look.
7-yard.
I mean, he put it in the right spot. He put it where only his guy's coming down with it. Just threw it a step far.
And even with that holding penalty, we're still in 4-down territory.
Right.
Because even if you get a short gain, you're still playing the field position game. And actually, it looks like Islip will discuss things.
Timeout Islip. 7:12 remaining in the half. 4th and 18 for the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers 4 county titles in their history. Their last Division III championship came against, their first, came against Hills West back in 2007. You see their last 3 years, and again, different in last year. The injuries, a massive role, 5 starters, 2 and 6 in Division IV. And then you go back to really where they're more used to being in Division III in 2022, a first-round loss, 2021. In the semifinals to Hills West.
Yeah, last year was brutal. Their injuries all came within the last week of preseason and the first week of the season. And, you know, for high school kids, not only is that damaging physically, but mentally when you know, like, your guys that you're going to count on all year are now down and out, it's tough to recover.
And actually, apologies, in 2021 they lost to Sayville in the semis. 2022 they lost to Hills West in the first round. And you mentioned, right, inside the opening 3 weeks, all those injuries. And, you know, when you play with a limited roster, that's 2 and 3 different positions now that you have to fill.
Right. And that's really the big difference that I notice in Long Island football between the large schools, Division I schools, is injuries are demolishing. And especially when you take the smaller schools where these kids are all, for the most part, playing both sides of the ball. Not only are you losing a wide receiver, now you're losing a DB. So you actually when you lose one kid, you got to replace 2. And it gets tough. Whereas some of those D1 schools with 50 kids, you know, they can replace those.
So here we go out of the timeout. Let's see what the Buccaneers here have drawn up, or maybe more appropriately what Colin Smith, the OC, has drawn up, along with head coach Jamie Lynch. Trips right.
I always wonder, like, is 7-12.
Nash flushed out. Fakes the pass. Back foot.
Go at him.
What a catch by Dylan Smith.
They said he stepped out?
Well, he was going to be short of the first down marker regardless.
Wow.
Or are they giving it to him? Let's take another look, Des.
I mean, by the spot, that's a first down.
And they are giving it to him.
Yeah.
First and goal for Islip.
What a pass by Nash. And look at the grab by Smith.
Oh, he does step out. Actually, it's a pretty good spot, actually, when you watch the replay.
So first
yeah, it was a good spot.
And goal from the 9. Big fourth down conversion.
Well, what did we say? Sometimes those plays that you forget at the end of the game, that Filardi third down run, this play, you're 4th and 22. You get a first down. Now you're first and goal. It's huge.
Nash.
Still up.
Still on his feet. Takes a high step. And
Tackle
he'll
by
get
Rayo.
his forward momentum, though, will get him to the 7-yard line.
Ball on the run. Tackled by Rayo. Pickup of 1. Second.
And what you're doing here as well, if you are the Buccaneers, is you're taking time off the clock.
Anytime Filardi doesn't have the ball in his hand is a good time for Islip.
And they've had this ball from the beginning of this quarter. Quick to the line, go the big 5 up front. Motioning Smith.
It's got him. Yep.
And there's a touchdown. Owen McManus.
I'll tell you what, every time they put Dylan Smith in motion pre-snap, good things happen for them. Here it is. Here's the motion. And McManus across on just a shallow slant. And now we're an extra point away from Islip taking the lead.
So back on the field, Carver Mason.
Blocked.
And it was blocked. So that point after that Levy missed, a rare one at that, is now leveled out on that block. Credit Vote with the block.
You got to give a lot of credit today to Colin Smith, the OC of Islip. He's calling a great game.
So 6:11 left in the second quarter, and a great second quarter of a great first half of
right.
the second quarter for the Buccaneers.
And that was the drive that we wanted them to have on the first drive. Take about 6 minutes off the clock, end in some points. And your players made plays. On a 4th and 22 to pick up a first down there is unbelievable. Now let's see Hills West face a little adversity. Let's see how they respond.
Maybe they'll get a little added motivation from the Colt there.
Yeah.
You've got Rayo.
Cayozo.
And Cayazo deep.
This is his first time kicking into the wind. Last kickoff he put in the end zone.
And just like
Mason set to kick
for Levy,
Cayazo and Rayo back for the
he's got to deal with the wind and the ball off the tee.
Drilled it.
Fumbled for a moment by Cayazo. He's got to pick it up.
Yeah.
He does at the
Oh,
20,
boy.
goes the opposite way, returns it this way.
Oh, boy.
He's
This
got
is trouble.
nowhere to go.
He's in.
Cayazo continues to go backwards.
Wow.
And Islip, a big special teams play again.
Number 14, Najee Simpson with the tackle.
It's a great job by the entire Islip, all 11 guys. They kept contained. They gave him nowhere to go. Cayozo tried to make a play.
Well, now it's 2 different times we've seen difficulties on the return. First, Rayo fumbling it initially, and Islip unfortunate to not get on the ball. And
Yeah.
And now Caiazzo also struggling with the football. And
you saw Coach get on him a little bit, but I'm sure Coach said, listen, I understand you're trying to make a play, but you have to be smart.
So now the Colts from inside their own 5, 1st and 10. Santaro's been excellent with the snaps. He's got to be here.
Got him.
Oh, Hall
job.
jumped. Filardi, that's the veteran poise
Absolutely.
that Filardi brings.
It's a great job by Filardi.
So it gets him out of his own end zone.
Now Santoro can take a deep breath.
Yeah. Watch at the top of your, right there, watch 10. Whoop.
Well, you see it at every level of football, right? That's how you take advantage of aggressive edge rushers.
Filardi comes our way. Breaks the first tackle. And he's taken out finally.
Oh, it's going to be a
Oh, and a
flag.
little extra. As it was Mikey Vitale with the tackle, and then maybe a little extra shove that got the Hills West faithful a little angered.
Yeah. A little bit of attitude from Filardi on this run. I like it. Turned upfield, right? You know, he's been angry. Yeah, there you go. A little stiff arm. They just didn't let go of each other. I like the no call there. But I like Filardi turning it up there. He saw the first down marker and said, forget the first down.
Colts 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Filardi wants a reset here of the play call. He's got Alfaro next to him. Quick out, over the middle. Rayo.
First down, Filardi to Rayo.
And he'll move the chains again.
Now, I wondered, do you think Coach Filardi gives quarterback Filardi the freedom? Because it looked like he changed that play at the line. It looked like he saw something he didn't like with the original play. And you could tell right here, he knew exactly where he wanted to go.
I would say the answer to your question is absolutely. And again, it's all that experience that he has at the position. Filardi gets Alfaro out of the backfield. Now Alfaro into space, gets past the first Buccaneer, and he again 3 consecutive first down plays for the Colts. They were inside their own 5. Now they're on the other side of midfield.
By Callahan Susie by Islip.
Almost. He almost got it. Christian Hall almost got a hand on that. Great move right there by Alfaro.
So 1st and 10 for the Colts from the 37. Filardi flushed out. Fakes the pass, tucks it himself. Cuts it to the outside. And he's finally taken down.
Looks like a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Hills West.
DeGennaro on the tackle for the Buccaneers.
This looks like a drive where, you know, an elite player is attempting to take over the game here. And that's what you like to see.
2nd and 1 for the Colts. Fake handoff, Filardi to the outside. Cuts it back inside, Joseph Filardi.
First down run for Joseph Filardi and the Colts.
And a little extracurriculars now. Although cooler heads will prevail.
Yeah, no, Filardi's finishing runs. He's finishing runs right now. He's not looking to step out. He's not looking for first downs. He's looking to inflict a little punishment of his own. He definitely has a little edge to him on this drive.
And a tremendous drive for the Colts. 1st and 10 from the Islip 16 now. Alfaro to the right of Filardi. Fakes the handoff. Filardi rolls right. Fires. End zone and a little bit too much on it. And there is a late flag as well.
Personal
and
foul.
It'll be, yes, a roughing the passer personal foul against Islip. Filardi rolled towards that sideline, threw off his back foot trying to find Taff in the end zone, but that extra hit at the end
I didn't see it. I was watching the flight of the ball there.
So you go half the distance, 1st and goal from the 8.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line for Hills West.
And we've not seen a lot of penalties in this one, but Islip has been really...
Yeah, two big ones on them.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't see the Islip staff look too upset. So maybe the call was warranted.
1st and goal from the 8. Filardi under pressure, rolls out, end zone, touchdown. Jesse Brooks.
Joseph Filardi to Jesse Brooks. 8-yard pass play. 3:31 remaining in the half.
He's just so elusive, Filardi, because they're getting pressure. Look right here. They're in on him. And he just breaks contain. He gets to the outside. Finds his guy. It's just Filardi making plays.
For Brooks, touchdown reception number 16 on the season. And it's Ryan Levy back out for the PAT. You wondered maybe, do you chase the 2? But because Islip missed their PAT,
yeah, no need.
You're pretty comfortable here and just going for the PAT. Again, it's Rayo to snap, and it's Joseph Filardi to hold. Levy's kick is up, and it is good. So Hills West, they respond to what Islip gave them, and it's 20-13. You're watching this Division III showdown right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back at Hills West, kickoff returns, and good pursuit for Hills West. You always have to account for DeGennaro, and that's exactly what the Colts did there.
I got 3 minutes left in the half. You've played a pretty solid half. And if you can come away with some points here.
And they're getting the ball
yes.
coming out as well, Islip.
Update from Division I, William Floyd is up 21-7 at the half over Sachem North.
41-0 East against Smith Western.
Little trickery here. Dylan Smith into space. Smith, look at him angling his run for the first down.
It's a great first down play.
Tackled by Diaz and Smith. Got down to the 38-yard line. Will be 1st and 10 for Islip.
Again, I got to give Colin Smith. Is it Colin Smith?
Yeah.
Colin Smith credit. He's calling a great game on the offensive side for Islip. A lot of misdirection.
And Jamie Lynch said we had a great influx of young coaches. There is Dylan Smith again. Great block by DeGennaro. And that allows Smith to get close to the first down marker.
Yeah, without that block, that play's blown up. Good job by DeGennaro.
But Colin Smith and Joe Sabatino, Gian Volante as well, as they will actually move the chains there.
Another first down.
Jamie Lynch said, listen, I'm in my 19th year, 1993 grad of Islip. I don't consider myself old, but it's nice to have some young blood.
It is. I can speak from the head coaching perspective. Once you get an influx of young guys as assistants, it brings new life to you.
Timeout for the Colts with 2:53 left. Parents and fans, if you like today's broadcast, it's never too late to book one with Varsity Media. With the winter and spring seasons approaching, contact us and learn how we can help feature your athletes and teams. Email ben@varsitymedia.net. And this time of year, we are all over the place. We were just down Wolf Hill Road last night for that big St. Anthony's win over Cardinal Hayes. We are at Hofstra all day long. I will make the trip from here to Stewart Stadium for the Conference 1 semifinals tonight. This is game 1 of 3 today for me. And
who's in the Nassau semis?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I will tell you. Because it's Syosset and Farmingdale in the first game. That'll be 5 o'clock kickoff. And at 8:30, kind of like the SEC Saturday night time slot, right? Where it'll be Oceanside and Massapequa. Those are the top 4 seeds. They've all emerged. And the top 3 seeds in Conference 1 this year are all 8-1. And they've all beaten each other with that one loss.
Right.
So it is wide open there.
Who received the 1 seed for the playoffs?
I'm glad you asked, because I'll tell you.
You're a wealth of information.
I have it all in my charts. Farmingdale is the 1 seed. Oceanside is the 2 seed. And Massapequa the 3 seed.
Okay.
Week 0, it was Oceanside beating Massapequa. Massapequa in the rivalry game beat Farmingdale, and Farmingdale beat Oceanside.
Wow.
So there you go. All those games, by the way, will be on.
It's kind of like League 1 in Conference 1 in Suffolk.
Yeah.
Floyd beats Longwood. Longwood beats Melville. Melville beats Floyd.
Those Nassau playoff games on Varsity Media Pass. Make sure you check that out as well. 1st and 10 from the 48 out of the timeout.
Again.
Nash powers forward, and he'll move the chains.
Again, every time they put Dylan Smith in pre-snap motion, things open up for them.
And this one I was wrong. It's actually a gain of 9. And this could be one of those, again, those twofers if you're Islip, right? If you can eat up some of this clock, you can get in the end zone. There's Christian Hull lowering his shoulder, pushing forward. Gets another first down for Islip. But if you could do those 2 things and you get the football coming out, now you got, what kind of a halftime talk are you having then if you've tied the game or taken a lead to go into halftime?
Oh, you're fired up, especially knowing these kids know that they're a second half team.
Nash flushed out.
Good.
A very good tackle. Sally Boy. Sal Santoro.
Great play by Santoro. Starting goalie on the lacrosse team.
Yeah. Santoro making sure Nash.
He just grabbed him. That was impressive because he's about to break that. There it is.
A big hit as well.
That's a Cayozo.
That is a completion to McManus. We've seen a lot more of McManus today. Again, so usually the possession guy, only 7 receptions on the year, but clearly Lynch and his staff seeing something there defensively in that option. Here's one of their more sure-handed guys. DeGennaro breaks 1 tackle and gets another first down for the Buccaneers. Vote on the tackle.
How many timeouts? They have 2 timeouts, too. They can kind of run this down and do whatever they want.
Well, 2 for the Colts, 1 for the Buccaneers.
Oh, they have 1. Okay.
No, but still.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, inside the final minute of this first half. That was Smith in motion.
There it is.
And timeout for Hills West.
That was a good timeout because Smith again was going in motion pre-snap, and that's been an Achilles for Hills.
So Hills West. Good timeout to take in that situation.
Absolutely. You have two, and you can't take them with you. So bring your D in, talk it over. Because you get a stop here, all that momentum we talked about going Islip's way comes back.
You mentioned before Varsity Media Pass. Well, we are the official live streamer of all of Section 8's biggest games. So all those semifinals you mentioned today and also throughout the week, they will be live streamed and can be ordered at varsitymediapass.com. So out of the timeout, 46 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Christian Hall to the left of Nash. Smith again in motion. It's Nash. Gets tripped up after a gain of a few. Islip hurrying up on a 2nd and 6. DeGennaro single on the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, he's one-on-one and man. Break it to the inside.
Nash.
He's got to be careful, though, because you're going to have to eat a timeout.
Good tackle there by Cade Diaz, as Islip does use that timeout. Diaz, part of that linebacking trio with Parhar and Kayazo. Diaz, 62 tackles on the year, 11 for a loss, 3 sacks as well. He has been outstanding on the defensive side for the Colts.
Yeah, that was a great defensive play. Because now you force Islip has to make a decision. Are we taking 2 shots in the end zone, or are we going to try to, take a shot and then kick a field goal?
So 20.4 seconds left.
Because you do get the ball back in the second half. So
That's right.
I think coming away with points would be paramount here.
I'm Sarah. Sarah what? Me and MEEHAN.
But you got to make sure that this throw gets into the end zone.
Great.
You got
Yeah, no, I was going to say great crowd here. Certainly Saturday afternoon on the opposite side. A lot of the Buccaneers faithful also lined up along the fences.
The parents are even better.
Yeah,
Hills West crowd here packing the place as well. And that's what we've seen all throughout this weekend as well, right? You were up Sayville, great crowd last night.
Yeah, West Hampton travels well, so their stands were packed on the opposite side.
So here we go off the timeout. 3rd and 5 from the 13-yard line. Smith in motion. Fakes it. Nash comes this way. DeGennaro. Good spin. But actually, that tackle was a touchdown-saving one by Luke Taff.
They got to get to the ball quick, though, because once they reset it.
Oh, yeah, they're ready. The Islip guys are.
Good job by Islip. This is good coaching.
1st and goal from the 5.
He's going to spike it.
Nash under center.
There you go.
And he does. And poor Elijah Lewis took a shot there.
I thought that was a lot of time that went off the clock there.
So 8.2 on the clock. So in the air, if you put this one in the air, you can maybe get 2 plays out of it. If you put it on the ground, now you might only get the 1.
Yeah, I don't know if I think you have time for 2 here. I think you'll have time for 2 plays.
So what do you think, Des? You go maybe in the air for the first play, and then run it on the second?
Yeah, you have options in the second, but you have to throw it here.
1st and goal from the 6. Nash tucks it under.
That's it.
And what happened there? I think he just tried to get it loose. And again, it was Diaz. Let's see if we could find this on our replay. So there's a discussion happening among the officials. What do we have here, Des?
Might be a touchback. It looks like he tried to get rid of the ball.
Or he fumbled it.
Fumbled it forward. But he might have been down. I think they're just going to say halftime.
So Charles Groh and his crew having an extended conversation on this.
Well, there's a couple things. One, was it a fumble or was he down? If he's down, the half's over.
And now Groh will go over to Filardi to explain his call. And the officials will again confer. There were a lot of options there that you could have called. Was he down?
I think the timing and where the ball is on the official side here. You can't really make a bad call if you're the ref. You either say he was down and the clock runs and the half's over. You say he illegally threw it forward and it went out of the end zone. It's going to either way. It's going to be Hill's ball or halftime. Can't make a bad call.
Well, we continue to wait. And here we go. Another discussion with Filardi. And then Jamie Lynch will also get. So illegal forward pass. They'll put 3 seconds left on the clock. So kind of a break for Islip here.
Yeah.
They will have one more opportunity.
Wow. I stand corrected.
Nash over the middle, and the flag on the play.
There's a holding. It's a hold, I think. There should be 2 flags, though, because there was definitely interference in the end zone. Holding.
Penalty against Islip.
Alexander Morales was the intended receiver, but that will be an offensive holding penalty. One last look.
Oh, he
Well, that's the way the first half ends. A tight one here.
Yeah, and an interesting ending. I have to say, I think Brady Nash he couldn't run that. He had to take a shot into the end zone there. Oh, at the very least, you throw it away.
So Hills West, a 20-13 lead. It's halftime here in this Suffolk Division III semifinal. We'll take a break. We'll get some highlights and more when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Wins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream events. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Quinn's up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground to first. Twins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs, or call 516-403-2050.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground to first. Twins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back at Robert A. Collada Memorial Field, it is halftime here in this Suffolk Division III semifinal, and it is Hills West, the 2 seed, with a 20-13 lead over the 3rd seeded Buccaneers of Islip. Dylan Butler, Des Megna, our entire Varsity Media crew, and even though it's a deficit for Islip, listen, you got to say that's a plus first half for the Buccaneers.
They did everything they wanted to do. Maybe they're a little disappointed about how the last possession turned out. I thought they should have came away with some points there. I'm sure coach is a little upset. But like you said, all in all, it's a pretty good half. You're in the ball game. You get the ball to start. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, you mentioned at the end an opportunity to perhaps take a lead at halftime, and you get the ball coming out. So kind of in like a basketball terminology, like an and one, if you will, right? And an opportunity there, but that went awry late with that illegal pass, and then another penalty for Islip down at the end. But listen, when we talked about our keys, and Jamie Lynch said we've got to match Hills West score for score. Check that box off. They have done just that. They haven't gotten that unconventional score yet, but
they have got some pretty big plays on.
They have specials. They've been better on specials than Hills West has. There's no doubt about that.
Well, this first drive is going to be a big one. I think it's going to be a tone setter. You said in the start that Islip this season has played better as the game has gone on. So, you know, let's see how they open up this half. Let's see if they can put some points on the board and keep the pressure on Hills, because I do think the pressure is on Hills.
Oh, there's no doubt about that, as they now make their way out to the field after their halftime team talk. But yes, Islip this season, they have been a really good fourth quarter team. They've trailed sometimes. They've played their best football.
Well, I think in the first half, you know, the big plays were Filardi's feet, keeping him in the pocket. Every time he broke containment on the outside, he was able to get, you know, huge chunks of yards. And I think on the other side, it was figuring out how to cover anytime Smith went in pre-snap motion. That's going to be, you know, Hills West. Let's see how they respond to that.
Yeah, to recap the scoring, it started with a 63-yard touchdown run by Filardi, right? Big plays. He's so used to it. Everyone's so used to seeing those big plays from the Colts. That got Hills West in front 7-0, 6:14 left in the first quarter. But then, whether it was a jet sweep or a little toss, if you will, Dylan Smith gets a 7-yard touchdown, and that tied it at 7. Filardi then found Taff for a 15-yard score. The PAT was no good. So Hills West went back in front 13-7, but then Smith found McManus for a 7-yard score. That PAT was blocked. We were tied, and then Filardi to Brooks for an 8-yard touchdown score. And that's the difference right now between these two teams, 20-13.
Right, and the difference in I know, listen, it's a team sport, but Filardi has been the difference. His decision-making, he made that huge third down run when it was 3rd and 6. Islip had them pinned down, and then they scored, 4 plays later. And then on that drive after Islip had tied the score, he had some impressive runs. He stopped running to the sideline. He started getting his shoulder pads upfield. He was finishing runs hard, and, he was a man on a mission that drive.
And again, the winner of this game to take on Sayville in the Section 11 Division 3 final. That's coming up next Friday night from Laval Stadium.
Yeah, the marquee time slot too.
Yeah,
it's going to be the biggest game in Suffolk if it gets to that. But they still have work to do.
Yeah, and Islip is like, hang on.
Yes,
we wanna change that narrative.
Absolutely, and they're playing like it.
And we go back all the way to that coin toss, right, where it was Islip that won the toss. They deferred to the second half. And there you see Filardi on the sideline looking to get warm.
Yeah, that's another thing that the long drives of Islip has put together 2, maybe 3 really long drives. It keeps Filardi on the field on defense too. You know, and you know, at some point, you would think. I mean, I know he's a freak of an athlete, but at some point that's got to take its toll. Because he's made a couple big plays on defense as well, a couple big tackles, a couple big hits, and you know, he's getting hit every time he touches the ball on the offensive side too. So, you know, that also wears him down.
So Ryan Levy to kick off to start this third quarter. It is Smith and DeGennaro again deep for the Buccaneers. DeGennaro did return one, but not that deep. This is a one that we fielded or not quite yet by Smith off the bounce. Tries to evade the first tackle, does that, but then a host of Colts come in for a big tackle.
Rayo with the first. Great play by Rayo.
So both teams utilizing the bouncing kick, and it's been an adventure.
That's a great word for it, because I think we fielded one cleanly all day.
So Islip, they'll start their first drive of the third quarter from their own 13-yard line. Again, in the regular season, it was Hills West with a 56-20 win back in Week 7. Nash, empty backfield. He will go long, far sideline, and it was trouble for multiple reasons. One, it was a double coverage there, and it was long with Smith, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Taft had great coverage, and I think Rayo was coming over the top. Who was the intended receiver?
That was Dylan Smith, yes.
Okay. I like coming out swinging, right, and coming out with your best player, taking a shot.
But if you do that, you need something on second down here, especially as close as you are to your own end zone. Field position was hugely in favor of Hills West in that first matchup. Here's Nash, scrambles, side arms it, and that is complete right by the 20. Finding
Dylan, that was pretty impressive, right? Did he sling that?
He did. Found McManus. A good tackle at the 19.
Do we have a replay on that?
Well, here you go. You asked for it.
Oh, okay. It looked live like he almost backhanded it because he was running away from his body. Either way, there's the big play on second down that you asked for.
Sets up a manageable third down. 3rd and 3 for Islip.
Got Dylan Smith in the slot.
Nash.
Oh, he slipped.
Takes it himself. Pushes forward. He will be.
It's a first down.
By Smith.
He is shy of the first down marker.
It'll be 4th and short for Islip.
Neither team to this point have punted the ball.
No. I think he was going to Dylan Smith there on a quick out, but he fell coming out of his break. So he just kind of turned into a busted play.
So Carver Mason is your punter, but he is not on. Look at this, Jamie Lynch. Maybe it's just cadence here. He's trying to draw him off.
Oh, he got him. And he did it.
No call though, and now you're forced to take a timeout. So the decision was clearly to try to get Hills West offside. There was a jump, but apparently not into that zone.
They almost got him.
So the negative, again, if you're Islip, is now you've got to burn a timeout and bring out your punting team. Carver Mason will punt. Nico Rodriguez is your long snapper. And Hills West, an opportunity here at some great field position.
Yeah, this is, you know, I know it's early on in the third quarter, but this is a huge punt here. This is a big play. Rayo has to hope that he needs to field this cleanly. He doesn't even need positive yards.
Well, I was going to say to you in our discussion with Jamie Lynch, mentioning we're not going to try to kick it. We're not going to kick it to Rayo, trying to angle something here. And this one goes towards the Islip sideline, takes a little bit of a Buccaneers bounce, although it comes back to the 50. So Hills West with a half football field here to operate with.
Yeah, it's the best case scenario in there.
Although there is a flag on the play. Charles Grow. Too many on for Hills West.
Wow.
So bring back out that offense for Islip. It was a 3rd and 3, and that'll
be a first down for Islip.
Move the chains.
Wow. That's huge.
So a mental mistake on specials for Hills West.
That's a massive swing there, Dylan.
So the Buccaneers, they go from punting and having to defend half field. Now, fresh set of downs from the Hills West 36.
And that's their first flag. They had played pretty clean football.
Dylan Smith in motion. Nash, great tackle from behind. Mason Reish.
He slid right down the line. So, yeah, maybe that's the adjustment because he's been getting big chunks of yards on that play, right? That we put Dylan Smith in motion.
Watch 12
right
there.
Down the line. Great play. Great. He didn't even blink at Dylan Smith. He knew he wasn't going to get the ball. He ran right by him.
A 1-yard gain on first down. Quick out for Nash. Finds DeGennaro. DeGennaro will move the chains.
He makes every first guy miss, Dylan. Every first guy misses.
And then once that happens, Des, he is off, man.
Yeah.
He just shot out of a cannon there to move the chains.
Yeah, no, he's super quick. When he gets the ball, his lateral movement is ridiculous. And had he not slipped over here, right, we might have a tie game.
Maybe a chance here for Islip, right? The momentum, it seemed like it was going Hills West way. A mental miscue. And here's Christian Hall bouncing it to the outside. Hall absorbs the hit, comes right back as well.
That's a strong run.
That was a car crash.
Second down and 6 for Islip.
And he loves the physicality. So when that comes from Rayo, he's like, I want more.
Yeah, Rayo stood him up. I give Rayo credit. He stood him up there. That was a big hit. Snap it. They're going to get too many men again.
2nd and 6 from the 49. Another quick out for Nash. And the flag crew, everyone comes down. Alfaro on the tackle. And emerging there, you see DeGennaro. And it's interesting, right? Because on that same sideline, right, we saw the Hills West fans wanting maybe a late flag on a hit, and you said you liked what you saw there, and maybe this is the other side of it, right?
Yeah, I didn't see anything that warrants a late hit. Good tackle, and his momentum carried him out of bounds.
And he gets him a first down.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I would like to see more of Christian Hall.
Hall.
He get big chunks of yards. He finishes runs strong.
He was huge first 2-3 games of the year. Had a high ankle sprain late in week 3 against West Hampton, so he's been limited since. Still not 100%.
Well, whatever percent he is, looks good.
Nash trying to find a way and
tackle again.
A really solid tackle.
By
Jenkins.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Islip.
Older brother Jaden played down the road here, Wolf Hole Road at St. Anthony's, now Penn State Lacrosse.
He's made a couple big plays today. Yeah.
And Jenkins, a guy who didn't have the experience of playing varsity until this year, a guy who has gotten better week after week. Doesn't have the size, but he uses everything else up. A good heads-up football player. 2nd and 10. Nash deflected, but still the reception. And there is that flag. So you're going to tack on 15 on the end of this one.
Yeah, I don't like that call.
Well, we'll take another look, but
I think that's a reactionary call to, maybe things that maybe it's getting a little chippy.
There's a quick out to DeGennaro.
Nah.
And Alfaro. And he was the one involved last time as well.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I guess technically you could call a foul because he could have just let him go, but I don't like that call.
Alfaro this year getting to do what he didn't do last year. Again, down at St. Anthony's, he didn't play defense. 1st and 10 from the 24. Nash trying to follow Hall. He'll push forward. And Dez, this is one of those drives where, listen, you go back, you're punting the ball, you get a gift.
Absolutely.
Right? You get a couple penalties. Maybe it could go either way.
Right.
This is a drive you've got to score. Like, too many things are going your way to not get in the end zone.
You 100% have to come away with points here. And everything is 4-down territory.
Second and 6 from the 20.
This has been the iffy side for kicks. We've had 2 missed extra points down here. But you need points.
Nash gets Smith in motion. Fakes it, goes forward. And again, Hills West, the last few times we've seen this, they've really responded. And again, Jenkins on the tackle.
Again. Jenkins is having himself a nice game.
Loss of the yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Well, what I talked about was which coaching staff was going to adjust to what was working for the other team. And it seems that they've kind of shored up when Dylan Smith goes in pre-snap and Nash keeps it up the middle. They've locked down on that. So now it's Islip's turn. Islip has to adjust now.
Trips left for the Buccaneers. Smith, look out, flushed out, somehow gets out of pressure, throws it towards the sideline just to live another play. But again, man, Jenkins
and Jaden Smith. Benjamin Vogt, all 3 of them were in there.
I mean, unbelievable just for Nash to get away from that.
Yeah. Great job by Jaden Smith. I'll tell you what, Hills West, you look at Filardi Sr., right? Rayau Sr. They got a lot of their big-time guys, but they got some dudes coming back. You're telling me Smith's coming back, Jenkins coming back. They got some guys.
Here we go, 4th and 7. Nash fakes, rolls right, still up. That is complete, and it's a touchdown for Islip.
Touchdown, Islip.
Dylan Smith. Well, no.
No.
McManus
again.
Wow.
McManus.
Well, McManus with the catch, but I tell you what, this is all Brady Nash. There's McManus. He's open the whole time. Look at McManus, still open. That's blown coverage. McManus was open the entire time. Great job by Brady Nash.
And now it's the point after team. Carver Mason to kick. Long snapper is Nico Rodriguez. Jack Rayo to hold. That left-footed kick is up, and it is good. And we have a ball game here on Wolf Hill Road.
And like you say, we've been talking about it all game. Sometimes these plays that people forget at the end of the day, but that too many men on the field penalty was backbreaking.
Quarterfinals of the state tournament, girls volleyball team. So they are up 2-1 as we speak.
All right, well, how do we answer? We know how they answered last time they answered. Filardi put the team on his back, marched him down.
But I think first you've got to have something clean here on the kickoff return. It has been a struggle this afternoon for the Colts.
It looks like they dropped their upbacks back a little bit, too.
Yeah, Alfaro.
And Jaden Smith dropped back a little, yeah.
Brooks and Rayo back to receive for the Colts. Carver Mason, who just hit the extra point.
Floyd extending their lead.
28-7.
I got a closer update than you do. 35-7.
Wow.
A 5-yard touchdown run there. That's in the Division I. Big boy Suffolk football.
And boy, do they have a big boy over there.
And again, job well done by Islip on specials. We said it at the very beginning, Des. We thought if there was a phase of this game where Islip had the edge, it was in the specials.
Right, and they've handled that. And, you know, that's what they needed to do. What we weren't sure they were going to be able to do is kind of close the gap in some of the other areas, which they've done all day.
And we saw number 11 here just warming up in the sideline. It feels like forever, right? He hasn't been out there yet in this third quarter. So 1st and 10 from the 20.
And if you think about it, Islip had the ball for what, the last maybe 6 minutes of the half? We haven't seen Filardi on offense in a long time.
Yep. Trips right.
This is the designed run.
For the Colts, empty backfield.
Yep.
And there it is. Filardi tucks it under. A hard tackle out.
Filardi with the run.
Taken down by Najee Simpson.
Tackle by Simpson. Pick up of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
9-yard gain for Filardi.
Yeah, that had designed run written all over it.
Filardi got the party started for Hills West with that 63-yard touchdown run. That was way back midway point of the first quarter. Filardi 34 passing touchdowns, 8 rushing scores on the year. There goes Smith in motion. Back this way for Filardi. And look at him just gliding up the field. Filardi breaks a tackle. And now he gets into the secondary. Filardi, touchdown, Hills West.
Hills West.
71 yards to the house.
71-yard touchdown run for Joseph Filardi.
Well, Dylan,
Hills West 26, Islip 20.
that's why he's probably the favorite for the Hanson. He might be the favorite for Player of the Year in the state.
I just love that he picks his spot, right? Kind of glides here. And once he beats the first guy or breaks the tackle right there, then he's like, afterburners.
Yep.
And also made sure, right? Check the rear view, and now he's got to angle his run a little bit just to make sure he avoids the tacklers.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, that was a great play design. Great play design. They put that player in motion, opened up that gap for him, and he took it.
So Filardi goes to Holder. It takes the high snap from Rayo, and Levy's PAT is up, and it is good. Hills West responds immediately, and they retake their lead. It is 27-20. You're watching it all right here in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground at first. Wins up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on. Nassau County AA champions.
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown!
Back at Hills West, Levy puts it high in the air, fielded by Smith at about the 5-yard line. Smith goes towards his own sideline, breaks a tackle, continues to push forward, and he's taken down at about the 22-yard line. But it was Filardi, a 71-yard touchdown run, who had just given Hills West the lead.
If you watch this play right here, watch the man go in motion. They knew that then they were in man. That freed up that whole gap for him. He just needed one block from the wide receiver there, and he was off. A great play design. Kudos to the coaching staff at Hills West.
And even there, do you see how far up the field the block had continued from Ben Vogt, number 54?
Yeah, he drove him.
So 1st and 10 from the 22, and a flag is thrown here and likely here against Islip. It has been, Des, to this point, a relatively clean game. Not a lot of flags to this point.
Right, both sides. Couple big ones against Islip, and then that monster one, too many men on the field. And you know what? It's one of those games where it feels like Islip's winning, right? But
Sure.
those two huge plays by Filardi, and you know, you're down by 7.
So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. And there was definitely some motion, but which way did it go?
Yeah, definitely a
Full start on the offense.
Against Iceland, that'll make it right.
Good look at our referee for today's game, Charles Groh.
And the officiating staff has done a pretty good job so far.
Let's go!
This is where Islip has to stay calm and, you know, just continue the course. Do what you've been doing.
Nash airs it out, goes towards his own sideline, looking for DeGennaro. In and out of his hands.
Solid coverage.
Jesse Brooks.
Yeah, it was good coverage. It's a pretty good pass, too. He put it on his hands. He had time, too. Islip O-line giving him time again.
A look here at Hills West High School. Again, a short trip just across the northern state to St. Anthony's. We were there last night for the Friars semifinal win.
Who do they see in the finals?
We will find out about 4 o'clock today. It is Chaminade against Iona Prep. That kicked off at 1:30. Here is Nash. Tucks it, and again, he, unlike his opposing quarterback, has really not been able to be mobile. And you mentioned it. It's been a great adjustment made by Hills West.
Yep. He had, you know, whereas Filardi rips off these massive runs, Nash has kind of been getting like the 5-yard chunks, the 6-yard chunks, but they've kind of clamped down in the second half. You're right. That was a coverage sack, though. 100%.
And it's interesting, right? If you look at their numbers, and only, you know, numbers only tell a part of the story. But Brady Nash came into this game with 100 carries for 804 yards and 13 touchdowns. Filardi, 52 carries for 766 yards and 8 scores.
Those are massive numbers.
Yeah.
700 yards on 50 carries. There was just a little extracurriculars over there.
It's an official's timeout.
I can't hear anything. Is it?
And across the way, we saw a terrific dual sport as well, but a guy who runs and kicks really well in Gary Merrill last night for St. Anthony's. Like Filardi, future in lacrosse.
Is Filardi playing lacrosse in
I think he's
at
playing
Syracuse?
both.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I thought he was just
And the
going
way
with
that
football.
Merrill goes, I think someone there at Carolina football program needs to get in the ear and maybe see if you can get him going as well.
I mean, Merrill will join Rayau in North Carolina. I mean, you have 2 future stud midfielders. Or, I mean, they can play attack. They can play wherever they want, but you have two of the best players in the country.
3-4-9.
So they've reset the clock to 3:49. Again, a busy football afternoon into evening for us. That's why you got to go and rest and hang out the rest of the day. I'll be heading to Hofstra for 2 more. Kevin Catalano, who's on camera 1 today, he'll be on the end zone there at Stewart Stadium for Farmingdale and Syosset, and then Oceanside and Massapequa. Those are the Conference 1 semifinals.
Dylan, I have a 5-year-old. I'm not going home to rest.
I understand, my man. I have a 5-year-old at home as well, but she's in good hands with her aunt today.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do any of the things I get to do without my wife.
Exactly.
She holds it down.
Nash, plenty of time this time. Spins this way. He's got to get something done here and
smart.
Throws it out of bounds. It is a smart play.
Mason Reich has had himself a game on the defensive side.
And now you're feeling some of that momentum, you know, thanks to Filardi. You get a stop now. And as long as you have enough players in the field,
yeah,
absolutely. And not too many.
Literally every kid on the Colts sideline is counting the players right now.
I don't know. Usually it's like one guy, but they literally all have that assignment right now.
They messed it up again. They had one too little that time.
They were too nervous. Rodriguez the snap, and this is a tough one. It's angled, and a great job just to get it off. And you know what?
I tell you what, you give Carter Mason, you give him credit there. That was a great play by him. That had trouble written all over it.
And here's a question for you, Daz. You're a head coach. With momentum going the way it is, I think you draw something up here to get in the end zone right now.
Take a shot.
Play number one.
You know why you can take a shot? You can take a shot for two reasons. One, you've been able to move the ball offensively. So if you're in 2nd and 10, you're fine. And two, you have a 7-point lead. So you take a shot now. You maybe you get Rael on a post or Brooks, on a deep cross, something like that. But every time they have trips, it's been designed run.
And the last big play came from Filardi, 71 yards to the house. Second rushing touchdown. His first opened the scoring.
Let's see if 25 goes in motion here again.
With a 63-yard score. Empty backfield. Filardi.
Oh, there he is, right up the middle.
There it is, over the middle. Real! What a grab at the 10!
First down catch. Anthony Rayo from Joseph Filardi.
And Rayo feeling it. I think he reached for his ankle.
First down for the Colts.
And there's the shot we mentioned.
Yeah, you called it. Well, you called for it. See, Rayo came off the line of scrimmage like a bullet. What a catch. What a throw and what a catch.
First and goal from the 10. And listen, Filardi has a great connection with so many of his guys, but there's nothing quite like that Filardi and Rayo connection.
Absolutely.
They'll continue that up in Syracuse as well. Taking it himself, Filardi dives in the end zone. Touchdown, Hills West. Filardi's third rushing touchdown of this game.
Oh. Good block. And you mentioned that before, how well the wide receivers block. That was a great downfield block.
I want to say that was Taff.
Yeah.
To do so. And now Levy. This time of year, he is a full-time kicker. Doesn't have to worry about 2 or 3 soccer games and soccer practice, and he is full-time all ahead here to kick. Rayo to snap, Filardi to hold. Snap is good, the kick is up, and that is good as well. Hills West has now extended their lead, their largest of this game. 34-20 for Hills West. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
high school sports fans. Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old state.
Back here at Hills West.
Oh,
the Colts, and that one stayed up in the air.
Yeah.
DeGennaro from the 15. How about Levy a little magic on the kickoff? Everything right now going for these second-seeded Colts. And this is an extremely important drive.
This is the whole game right
100%.
here. This drive right here is the whole game.
If you go 3 and out, if you don't find the end zone, these Colts right now, they're buzzing. They smell the blood in the water, and
definitely
they're ready to pounce.
Yeah, you go 3 and out, you could wrap this game up.
It's considered a quarterfinal, yep.
Winner takes on Sayville. Golden Flashes beating a stout West Hampton side last night.
Kyle Messina looked great last night.
Smith in motion. Now he does take it. He has blockers, cuts it inside. You get a couple there, but you do keep at least Hills West honest, because the last few times, you've mentioned it, you called it right away, and Hills West read it. It was a fake and a run by Nash. And this time, at least you do go to Smith.
And they did score on that play. That's the same play they scored their first touchdown on.
Yeah, that was back in the first quarter. That
I think you're going to have to find ways to get the ball into Dylan Smith's hands.
4-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 6. Nash deflected. It's wide open. Intercepted.
There's Jenkins again.
Jenkins has been a beast. A well-deserved INT.
Looked like Santoro either got his head on it or got his hands on it. I think it was off Santoro's head.
1st and 10 for the Colts. They'll take over at the Islip 33-yard line.
And now you know what? I'd do it again if I'm Hills West.
Absolutely.
I go end zone.
Dagger.
That's it. And you could just about then book your spot to Laval Stadium.
He's got a big head. Such an annoying defender.
It's the first turnover of the day for either team, right, Dylan?
14 unanswered for the Colts. Here's Filardi. Flag on the play.
Filardi on the run. There's a flag now.
It's going to be a hold. Yep.
Yeah. Charles Groh, the white hat, makes the motion. Hold on Hills West. This game hung in the balance for most of 3 quarters.
Yeah. I mean.
And then Filardi.
7 minutes ago, we were tied up.
And again, Filardi hadn't been on the field, at least offensively, right, forever.
Almost an hour.
Doesn't need a lot of time to go 71 yards. And then a 10-yard score. Now the interception by Jenkins. And it is all Hills West here in the late portions of the 3rd quarter.
1st and 20 for the Colts.
That helps Islip, though.
Or does it just allow Filardi to rip off another long run? In motion was Smith. There is Filardi. Stale on his feet.
First down run for Joseph
And Filardi finally taken down.
He's something else.
Tackle made by number 10, Christian Hall. First and 10 for the goals.
Again, designed run. They put a guy in motion right up the gut. Great blocking downfield. And then the rest is just Filardi.
Nearly.
He drags guys about 7 yards.
You saw him bobble it for a moment, but
yeah,
still continued to push forward to the 18-yard line. Filardi.
Rayau's open.
Over the middle.
Wow.
End zone dropped. That was Brooks.
Yeah, he had Rayau on a cross too. I blame that on the pole right here. I couldn't even see. I didn't even see Brooks.
You know, you do have a monitor here as well you could utilize.
Then I have to put my glasses on.
2nd and 10. Filardi, plenty of time. End zone. Taff in and out of his hands. Taff already with a touchdown reception. Was looking for his 2nd of the game.
Was that Dylan Smith in coverage? Five. I don't even see that number, Dylan, but that was a nice little play.
Yeah, it must have been a change from their roster. 3rd and 10. Filardi flushed out. Flag again.
Yeah, another hold.
And again, this will come back.
Yep. That number 5 is Jack Halpin on that last play.
That's right. 5 is the away number.
Big play, though, because, I mean, look what happens. He makes that play, saves a touchdown. And now we get another hold. We bring it back. 30 seconds left in the quarter. You know, there's still time. They get a stop here. Still in business. They're going to have to dig deep, though.
So this pushes the Colts back to the 28-yard line.
Makes it 3rd and 10.
But it's funny. It feels like Hills West is. We always talk about how holding penalties kill drives and kills. It doesn't feel like that affects Hills West at all.
Doesn't matter
because of their big playability.
When your quarterback can rip off 40-yard runs.
Right, it's kryptonite for so many others, not so much for this Superman.
Right.
Third and 20. Trips right. Smith in motion. High snap. Filardi takes it himself, pushes forward. Filardi angles, spins, turns.
Close.
Gets inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, every time they spread him and put a guy in motion, it's almost always a designed run. I think that just lets Filardi see what D they're in and tells him where to go.
Now down to the 9-yard, it'll be 4th and inches.
Huge holes in the middle.
And that's all. I mean, a lot of it is athleticism, no doubt, but that's all instinctual.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 3 quarters are in the books. Hills West trying to push another 6 points across the board. They've got a 14-point lead here after 3. You're watching this Suffolk Division III semifinal on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Solomon Thomas with the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
At Catholic Health, when we see our island, we see extraordinary life. The most extraordinary of which is you. It's because our Catholic faith places the highest value on people. All people. It's the inspiration for our exceptional medical care with unmatched compassion. And it's why at Catholic Health you're more than a patient. You're someone's family, best friend, and a neighbor to us all. Long live Long Island.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
Back at Robert A. Collada Memorial Field here on the campus of Half Hollow Hills West. Dylan Butler, Des Megna, our entire Varsity Media crew. Start of the fourth quarter in this Suffolk Division III semifinal. And Hills West looking to
Girls volleyball team is advancing
push forward and get in the end zone and perhaps ice this one at this point. That said, this is usually Islip's quarter this season. And they'll need a huge fourth quarter as well to overcome this deficit. But it all starts here on this drive. 4th and 1, quick out. And it's a touchdown. Jaden Smith on that 4th and 1.
How about that for a wrinkle?
9-yard touchdown for Jaden Smith and the Colts.
You've been running.
Hills West 40, Islip 20.
4th and 1, you throw a little swing pass out. He walks in. Again, good blocking downfield. Look at that.
And once again, Taff.
Yeah, Luke Taff
to
again.
do so.
Yeah. Those are things that don't show up in the stat book, but they pop on film.
For Jaden Smith, touchdown reception number 2 on the season. Levy on to kick, and his PAT, which has been nearly automatic this year, is good. And a 20-20 game just a few minutes ago, it feels like, has severely tilted in favor of these Colts, 41-20. And the man to do so is, or who got them there, Joseph Filardi. We showed him warming up in the sideline, just trying to stay warm, trying to get his arm moving. There you see. Let's show his numbers on the season coming in to this game, or maybe you could do it after the kick. But Filardi, you mentioned the Hanson, Suffolk County's best player. There's a look at Joseph Filardi. Those are his combined numbers coming in to this game today.
Gaudy, to say the least.
Levy's kick gets into the end zone.
First touchback for him today.
Levy's kick is a touchback. Islip will take over first.
Who do you have as the favorite for the Hanson, Dylan?
It's hard to, I mean,
I think it's a 3-person race.
Messina is in the conversation. Filardi certainly. Who's your third in that mix?
I think it's between, and I think whoever wins Suffolk County, I think between Filardi, Messina, and Jaquan Thomas and William Floyd, I think would be my top 3.
It's going to be warm. You have warm weather too for it.
It's hard to go wrong with any of those guys.
No, and you could you could throw Ryan Parker from East Islip in the mix too. He's having a great season.
Nash, a finalist for the Boomer Award given out to the best QB. Gets it to Smith, but a short gain. And now you're seeing some swagger, right, from Hills West. You see the gang tackling.
They feeling it now. But this is good for them. They now in the back of their heads they know we can handle a little adversity.
And Nash has to come back and recover that one, and everything going the way for Hills West right now. And that was part of the conversation we had with Coach Filardi. Right, listen, you know Sayville is on the other side of the bracket, right? That's your only loss of the year. A terrific ball game, a 7-point game. And how do you get teenagers to not think past an Islip team that was going to come here as the underdog? But he said, listen, our guys have been dialed in. And he said, as soon as the last game ended and we advanced, this has been the focus. We're not talking about the next one. It's all about Islip right now. As Nash dances, has some open field, pushes forward. That's a block from behind, and it will be called. Brooks was about to make the tackle. It has certainly appeared so. And I think it was DeGennaro who got him from behind, so that's as clear as day on that black from the back. But to go back again, you know, he said, listen, we played Islip already. We're playing them again. And he said, he told his boys, you cannot take anything for granted, not in high school football. Nobody's giving up to us. They want it as much as we do. You know, they're going to have a game plan. We're going to have to defend and execute and do the things that we need. But he said, absolutely, these Colts have been focused on the task at hand. That's getting this win today. And then,
worry about Sayville on Sunday.
3rd down and 13.
Brady Nash was a couple of years ago stuck in a log jam of quarterbacks. Gary Merrill, Peyton Robinson, and he were your 3 quarterbacks at St. Anthony's. And when Merrill got the job or was going to get the job, Nash was like, you know, he wants reps, right? And they're the same year, so went back to Islip. Has been outstanding for the Buccaneers. Jump ball, far sideline. What a catch indeed.
Pass complete to number 11, Alexander Morales.
And Morales high-stepping it up there.
Yeah, he went up and got it.
1st and 10 for Islip at the 50-yard line. 10:32 remaining.
And we mentioned for Islip, prior to Nash, a triple option offense. He comes in just before the start of last year and just gotten more and more comfortable in his skin. And he has done a terrific job to lead these Buccaneers this year. Vogt again. And there's some sportsmanship there by Vogt pulling up Nash.
Vogt's had a great game.
Now you got Vogt, Jenkins, especially defensively, those two.
Vogt has to be, he's got to have double-digit tackles today. You know, again, sometimes it's like these things go unnoticed, but then, you know, you're in the 4th quarter and you realize you've called his name 12 times.
Nash again to Morales. And I think, you know, it's a combination, no doubt, of Nash, but also of offensive coordinator Colin Smith. They've done a great job of getting the guys who aren't the guys to make some big plays today.
No, I thought Colin Smith has done a great job today.
And now Morales goes down. I think he might perhaps cramping, but Owen McManus was another one of those guys, right? He's that possession guy, but he's made a couple of big plays, and here's Morales, another look. And that's what good QBs do as well, right? You want to get everyone involved if you can. And Morales got twisted up there.
Yeah, I think he's cramped up
on the tackle and stretching out those legs.
He's made 2 big plays in a row, though.
Good size for Morales.
I was in the pool. Oh, really? Yeah. That's dangerous.
6 foot, 160. Morales, a junior. And there he is, Morales up. Gets a good hand from both fan bases here at Hills West.
They get a nice little timeout, draw up a play.
Exactly. My daughter got moved to Austin, Texas by the end of the summer, so she's off the payroll right away.
So Islip, if you know anything about these Buccaneers, is they will battle until the very end.
No, they've played hard all day.
Nash slings it, trying to find DeGennaro.
It's good coverage by Rayo. Double move there. Rayo didn't bite, stayed with
Actually,
him.
Filardi. Over in Nassau County, Garden City. Evenly having the varsity media pass leading Southside 28-0 in the second quarter.
Are they conference 2, Garden City?
3. They were 2. No. Yeah, it's 3. They were 2 last year. Jump ball, DeGennaro.
No. Oh, wow.
And Alfaro saying he was out of bounds. So Alfaro defended him, and that's been a battle, man, all game long, those two.
Good play by Alfaro, then, if he managed to get him out. Oh, yeah. He's been great, though, DeGennaro.
So 3rd and 10 from the 40.
Good pass.
Yeah, Nash an out. That is completed to Smith.
So the winner of Sayville and, let's say, Hills West goes on to win this game plays Garden City?
I mean, you're giving them the championship already, but...
Wow.
Dylan Smith, like Nash, also a transfer from St. Anthony's. Did so this year, though, and he has led Long Island in receptions, had 60 entering this game. And he's a guy who has really changed things or has been a great addition for Islip. Timeout, Hills West will take it with them as well. 8:47 left, fourth quarter. Colts leading 41-20 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Back here at Hills West High School, Dylan Butler, Des Magna, our entire Varsity Media crew. Hills West. This game was 20-all, and the Colts, led by Filardi, have pushed their way forward. They lead this one 41-20.
You know, they do what good teams are supposed to do. You know, they make plays when plays are needed to be made, and the best players have stepped up. Filardi's still playing D right now. Shows you that the staff doesn't feel like this lead is too safe.
Nash, look out. Pressure comes. Reish is on him. What a block by Hall. Laid out Reish. And now diving towards or past the 30, looking to get the first down, but where was the spot? So they will be short of the fourth down, but what an effort by Nash, man.
Right. That was a great block by Hall. Boom.
They'll take over at their own 31-yard line.
Oh, tripped him up. Just got tripped up at the end.
So Hills West in total control now. You can just about mark the bracket with the matchup that so many on the island were looking forward to.
Now what do we do now? Do we just feed Alfaro the ball and try to eat up clock and, you know, limit the hits on Filardi? Or are we going to see like a 70-yard rip right now?
Velarde, a nice afternoon, right? 3 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns.
He needs a receiving touchdown. Yeah, that's...
And there is Alfaro, just as you drew it up there, Des, and a flag again on the play.
Every time we want to compliment that O-line. But I think that's what you have to do if you're Hills West. You're safe. You're safely through at this point. Limit the hits that Velarde takes. Let Alfaro bang it out.
So that is now total touchdowns for Velarde. I'll do the math. 42 and 6, 48 touchdowns on the season now for Joseph Velarde.
In 10 games. It's almost 5
Correct.
touchdowns a game.
Well, again, it's an offense that coming into this one has averaged 47.3 points per game. They've only given up 13 a game, so they've really not been, I mean, other than that
Right.
Sayville game, they haven't been in a close football game. So to that point, as you mentioned, this is something you want to see then, right? How do you deal with some adversity heading in to that game?
Right.
And these guys have passed that with flying colors. And Velarde, oh my goodness. Yet again.
Touchdown, Joseph.
So yes, they did go to a Faro,
Right.
and then yes, another touchdown for Velarde, another 79-yarder as well.
He's got to have over. He's got to have what? Over 200 yards rushing.
I mean, in touchdowns alone.
Right.
He's ripped off a 63-yard touchdown run, a 71-yard touchdown run, a 10-yard touchdown run, and a 79-yard touchdown run.
Yes, about. Got to be 250 yards rushing.
As Levy on for the PAT. Velarde to hold from Rayo's snap. The kick is up, and it is good. 48-20, Hills West with the lead. They're 8 minutes away from booking their trip to Laval Stadium. You're watching it all right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Going, Israel Abanikanda, running back for the New York Jets, and you're watching Varsity Media.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the winter, but spots are limited. Contact us today for basketball, ice hockey, wrestling, and swimming by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Back here at Hills West, Dylan Butler, Des Megna. It has been the Joe Velarde show. 7 total touchdowns. He has rushed for 355 yards, 223 of them on touchdowns.
I don't think I could get those stats in Madden.
Because I mean, even on a cheat code, I don't know if that's possible. Velarde has been on a cheat code the entire season. In this game, again, it bears repeating. We were at 20-all.
2020. And 2020 and Islip had the momentum.
Yep. 28 unanswered points for Hills West.
Well, they, kudos to their staff because they made the adjustment at half. They obviously saw something. whether it be on film or, you know, in the first half, that they thought was favorable because they have just unleashed him in the second half.
Nash takes it himself, spins, and a good first down run for Brady Nash. He'll move the chains.
Anthony Rayo on a tackle. That's a first down.
Tough kid, Nash, huh? He's taking a beating today, but he just keeps getting up to the line and keeps grinding out.
Nash quick out. Finds, is that Smith again?
No, it's McManus.
McManus,
yeah.
yep.
It is tough. The 8s and the 6s are tough Islip numbers. McManus has had himself a day.
He really has. Again, came into this game with 7 receptions, right? So for throughout the season, it's been, let's find Dylan Smith, let's find Jack Rayo, let's find Jake DeGennaro. But McManus,
he probably doubled his season output today. 2 touchdowns, right?
Yes.
Good for him.
Good move by Nash. And a hard hit at the 45. Who else but Vogt?
Yeah, Vogt's had such a good game. You know, the one thing Hills West has done really well, I mean, Nash, I don't know how many yards rushing he has, but he's well over 100. But I don't think he's got a run longer than 7 yards. So they've kind of kept him in check. They've limited his big playability with his feet.
Flag on the play. But to go back to Vogt, number 54 on Hills West, it's interesting, right? First year playing football, but Coach Filardi, he's known him for his whole life, right? He's a lax player, smart kid, high academic, played multiple sports growing up, but he was one of those kids in that group of kids who just didn't grow at the same increment as the others. So he was kind of a smaller kid throughout his life, and but when Filardi would watch him play lacrosse, like, he would just take guys out. Like, he was so aggressive, wasn't shying away from contact. So Coach Filardi said, listen, this kid is a football player. He's got to convince him to come out, convince the parents as well. And that happened. He has been awesome. And it's funny, on the offensive side, again, he's a lineman, right? Nowhere near an actual lineman. Plays right guard, but he holds his own. He uses his feet and his aggression. And those two things, feet and aggression, that works out well for a linebacker, and he has been outstanding.
It works out well for a lacrosse defenseman, too, which is what he excels at. He has very good feet. And, you know, their lacrosse team is loaded as well. A bunch of these kids play on it. And, you know, he's a very solid defenseman. So I'm not surprised. He's very athletic.
4th and 2. Here is Smith. First down and more for Dylan Smith.
Tackled by Cade Diaz. Got down to the Hills.
It's a nice little play. I would have liked to have seen a little more of this, little misdirection type of plays. You know, creative plays to get Dylan Smith the ball. This is a great little play here. Caught everybody on the Hills West D going the other way. But I'm not going to take anything away from OC Colin Smith. I thought he did a great job today.
Nash, a deep look for Smith in double coverage. Rayo and Brooks in coverage.
Yeah, Hills West, you know, and this needs to be noted. Coach Filardi said it. You reiterated it. But Hills West defense has played great today. They really have. I mean, they've limited. They haven't given up any real big plays. You know, Islip's touchdown drives have been long, sustained drives. But, you know, they've made plays. You know, you don't see guys open all over the field. You don't see defensive breakdowns minus, you know, the punt when they had too many guys on the field. But, you know, other than that, their defense has played great.
And that's what Filardi said. He's a defensive guy at heart, right? So all these video game numbers are great offensively, and they were there last year as well, but they also gave up a ton of points.
Right.
So now you're seeing the other side of it, a huge improvement defensively from these guys this year.
And they're going to have to get stops next Friday.
Yes, they will. Sayville and Hills West under the lights, Laval Stadium, Stony Brook University. Should be an outstanding county final. Sayville won round 1. And that was a tight one. 7-point game.
A great game.
Over the middle, there is Dylan Smith.
Twists
and turns, gets inside the 30.
A homecoming night game. The atmosphere was just electric. There were so many people there. Both teams showed up. Both teams played out. It was unbelievable. I think that's why people are so excited to see the rematch.
Those who were there are like, when is the next round? Right? Can we get this? Can we get this to happen again? Sayville booked their spot last night, and Hills West a few minutes away from doing the same as Christian Hall tries to push forward. Doesn't get much.
Joseph Sigismondi, number 50
Ziggy.
on the tackle.
Sigismondi with the tackle.
Yeah, wrapped him up.
Short gain will be 2nd and 9.
Nash spins out of pressure. Still on his feet. Side arms it, excuse me. And Taff with the breakup.
It'll be 3rd down and 10.
It's crazy how many of these kids play both ways.
They play both. They play both ways. They play multiple sports.
Yeah. I mean, Taff has made 1 million little plays today.
And those little plays are what helps you win big games.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of times they go unnoticed, but, you know, time and time again, we find ourselves, you know, calling Taff's name, whether it's a pass block up, break up.
All right, let me look at it.
There's
big
DeGennaro
tackle right there. There's Taff again.
All right, let me call you back later. Congrats.
So fine inside the final 5 minutes here. 4th down for Islip. The Buccaneers have battled. It was like when you see this scoreline, if you're just like getting a tweet and says Hills West won 48-20, you're like, oh, of course.
Right.
They handled them the first time as well. There's Smith over the middle. That's a 1st down for the Buccaneers. But if you watch the game as we have here, and we've detailed it on the Varsity Media Sports Network, they battled for a good 3 quarters.
Yeah, you can take absolutely nothing away from Islip. They just ran into an elite player who had an elite day.
Quick out, and there's DeGennaro. And you know what? All these plays, too. Let's give some love to the big boys up front for Islip as well. We talked about them. These guys are undersized as well, but starting at your left tackle, you've got Christian Arazovic. He's just a sophomore, 6'4", 210. He's a baby.
Big boy, though.
Robbie Race, he's a senior. Elijah Lewis, Josiah Patterson, and John Amonsi. And Amonsi also a sophomore. Wow. So again, you know, you're getting to the end of this season, but then when Jamie Lynch and his staff start to regroup, you're saying you have 3 returning starters on your O-line,
right?
For a couple of years at least with your 2 tackles.
And even though Rayal's not playing quarterback this year, I would consider him an experienced quarterback coming back.
Wow.
2nd and goal from the 6. Flag on the play. End zone incomplete.
Pass incomplete. There's a flag down.
That flag was thrown quick. Illegal motion.
They were like an illegal shift.
Penalty against Islip.
This game grinding to a halt is not helping my prospects of a commute to Hofstra.
Right. Are you broadcasting the game or just?
Yes. I want both of them. I was hoping nice, quiet, you know, go, maybe get some Jersey Mikes in between.
Looks like you're getting delivery.
Second and goal at the 11-yard line.
This backs up the Buccaneers to the 11. Nash. Good. Deflected and intercepted at the end zone. Cade Diaz.
Cade Diaz with the interception. First down, Hills West. 3:48 remaining.
Diaz, he's a Swiss Army knife, man, and the junior,
Extracurriculars by Islip.
he had 11 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and an INT as well.
Yep. Who got their hand on it? 88 again.
Jenkins.
Jenkins made another play. He's had a great game. A lot of unsung guys, right? Obviously, Filardi was the guy today, but you know, Jenkins has been awesome. Ben Vogt has been awesome. Jaden Smith has been awesome. A lot of unsung guys had great days. Taff. That's what makes elite teams elite.
Absolutely. And it's not, listen, we have detailed the brilliance of Joseph Filardi.
Right.
And he has been absolutely brilliant.
Right.
There's no question. But it's not a one-person sport. You need the blocking up front. You need other guys as well. Taff has had an excellent game on the offensive side. Actually, both sides.
Yeah, both sides of the ball.
Big run on first down by Smith.
Yeah.
And a late flag as well. Some certainly frustrations for Islip right now. They picked up a penalty on the interception.
Right.
And now another one as well.
Filardi shouldn't get tackled again. I would just keep handing the ball off here. Let Jaden Smith finish this out, or Alfaro finish this out.
So plus 15 on the end of that play marches the Colts into Islip territory.
First and 10 for the Colts.
On the 42-yard
42-yard
line. There's Filardi. Will not play another football game on this field.
Well,
at least not a competitive one.
Can't ask for a better last game.
From here on out, it's college venues. Filardi over the middle. Reesh breaks a tackle. Touchdown. Hills West, 42 yards. And Reesh joins in the touchdown party.
40-yard touchdown by Mason Reese and Joseph Filardi. I'm frozen. I called it.
That's his fourth passing, fourth rushing. Reese had himself a good day today. He played well all over the place.
That's why he's earned this touchdown.
Yeah.
And Reesh is a guy, too, offensively, who has had to change his game. A year ago, he was more of that slot guy. And this year, that tight end where he can get his hand in the dirt, he can block.
Yeah.
He can get out on routes. His football IQ has really grown this year, where he's able to do a lot more. He understands his route running, where he's running into coverage, or what he's running into coverage-wise. And listen, whenever the ball is in his hands, he's diving for it. It's interesting, too, right? Because the words from Coach Filardi was, he might not get you the yak, but he'll get you the catch.
Right.
When he does get the catch and run, the Hills West bench explodes.
Yeah,
they love it for Mason, and that's what you saw there.
And he had a great game on the defensive side. He made a lot of tackles.
So, ironically, the score is looking eerily similar. It's a point off. If Ryan Levy gets that PAT, we're at the same exact score of the regular season game. But that one was one where Hills West jumped out 21-0 right away, and it was
different game.
It was a much different game.
Well, if you're a Hills West fan, you have to appreciate what you get to watch here on a weekly basis for the past couple of years in Varsity.
And again, it's back-to-back semifinal losses for these Colts, so they'll get past that hurdle. And now they'll have to take on Sayville. As Dylan Smith on the kickoff return dropped the ball.
On the return, there's a fumble down.
And listen, you were there for that first matchup.
Right. It was a great game. Great coaching. The fans were awesome on both sides. Like it had everything you wanted. You know, it was like very chess match like. And you know, there's so many athletes, and why that's such a great matchup is you have kids on both sides of the ball that can kind of balance each other out. You know, you have Ray out, and then in Sayville you have like a Mikey Sands, and then on offense, you know, you have your Patrick Cohn, and then over here you have you know, your Ben Vogt coming down the line making tackles. Like there's just athletes all over the field. That's why that game's going to be special.
And as you said too, from an individual perspective, maybe the Hansen decision comes down to that game.
You know, probably.
You're
You're talking about two of the best players in the past 3 years. You know, their sophomore, junior year, they've been two of the best players, Messina and Filardi. I wouldn't be mad at either one of them. And even being a Floyd guy and being a huge Jaquan Thomas fan, he's a junior. He's had a phenomenal year, but you know, I do think the winner comes out of that game. It'd be tough to give it to the kid of the losing team.
And then, you know, all eyes are on 3, whether it's division or conference, as DeGennaro. Terrific catch and a touchdown for Islip. 75 yards.
From Nash.
You know DeGennaro's not quitting.
And he also is coming back next year. He's a junior.
Remaining. Hills West 55, Islip 26.
Another look. Nash airs it out.
Yeah, it's just a go route.
But mentioning before, right, like it's the Suffolk final that you're waiting for. And then, as you mentioned, right, the winner of that comes out, and what a Long Island Class 3 championship that is if it is, once again, Garden City.
Right. I mean, no matter who comes out of Suffolk versus Garden City, I'd pay to see either one of those games. Garden City Hills or Garden City Sayville, I'd pay to watch either. Garden City is an absolute juggernaut.
And this is the year they had that long winning streak for so many years now in Conference 2. Now they're in Conference 3. So that change in the landscape a little bit. Plain Edge down to 4.
Plain Edge won on a Hail Mary last night, right?
Yes, well, 2 nights ago on the Varsity Media
2
Sports
nights.
Network, yeah. You can go to Varsity Media Pass if you want to see that replay of that game or any of Nassau County's semifinals and championship games.
Yeah, that Plain Edge game, I'll definitely hop on the app to watch because that game was amazing, I heard.
Nassau County will go to Conference 1 semifinals tonight. Farmingdale Syosset kicks things off, and then Oceanside and Massapequa, the late one, 8:30 scheduled start time.
That'll be a good LIC too. Whoever comes out of Nassau versus whoever comes out of Suffolk, either whether it be Floyd or Melville, that'll be a competitive game too.
And again, it's a 3-headed monster of Farmingdale, Massapequa, Oceanside, all with dueling 8-1 records.
Right.
Massapequa, your reigning champions. They went undefeated last year, graduated like 25 seniors, and yet the Chiefs are back again. Kevin Shippos.
I was so impressed with them last year in the LIC. Well coached, athletes all over the field. I thought they were very good. And the fact, like you said, that they could graduate so many guys and still be in the mix.
Conversely, Farmingdale, for Buddy Krummenacher, he told me at the early portion of this year, he's never had a team with so many guys returning. Like, they lean on their seniors every year.
Right.
They had a huge junior class back for this year.
Isn't their running back only a junior, right?
So, Josh Kama, so they're built for this year as well, and they were the preseason #1, and Oceanside as well, a young team last year. There's something like 100 consecutive starts among the starting 5 linemen.
Wow.
On the offensive side for Oceanside. Handoff. And going backwards there was Jaden Smith.
Get a first down and we can kneel it out. Keep everybody healthy.
Tackle by 65, Vincent Martell.
Martell on the tackle.
We have lost keys for a Honda. Lost keys for a Honda.
What's 2 in Suffolk look like?
Now you're asking too many questions.
EI? Hills East? Hills East EI.
Good job, Booth. See you, Stony Brook. All right. Music off.
Apparently, Charles Groh, our referee, not a fan of the music here.
Yeah, he's got something against Italian music.
I guess that must be the case. He's like, I just want this guy to kneel and we can get out of here.
Right.
You can play your music as much as you want in another 45 seconds.
I've never seen the ref ask for the music to be turned off. That's a first. I thought the officials did a pretty good job today, though.
They did. And for Coach Filardi, his guys will go on and advance. And now you talk about Sayville.
Yeah, now you get into it. Coach did a nice job, though. They made all the right halftime adjustments. They were having issues with a couple of plays that Islip was running. They shut that down immediately in the third quarter, and they obviously spotted something, offensively. So kudos to that staff. Coach did a great job today.
So Hills West, they improved to 9-1 on the season, a 55-27 win over Islip. And we could go official now to the bracket. A live look at the updated bracket. There you see it. Sayville Hills West, Friday night, Laval Stadium. The place to be in Suffolk County.
I'll tell you right now, Dylan, you know me, I'm all over high school sports. I coach 2 varsity sports. I'm all over the place. Every single person I talk to wants this game. This game is going to be packed out, standing room only type of game, and I'm excited for it.
Conversely, congratulations on a fantastic season for Islip. A great bounce back year after the struggles and the injuries and everything a year ago. You go 7-3 on the year. You reach the Final Four, and you give Hills West your best punch.
Yep.
Nothing to hang your heads about for these Buccaneers.
No, you know what they say sometimes. No moral victories or whatever, but they've earned a ton of respect this year. I thought the coaching staff did a great job, and the kids played their hearts out. They executed well, and like you said, they went punch for punch with one of the best teams in the state, and all you can do is tip your hat to them and wish them the best in the future. But it was a great game today. It was great game.
So Hills West, they advance to the county final against Sayville, and that'll do it here for us from Robert A. Collada Memorial Field. Want to thank our entire Varsity Media crew, executive producer Ben Turchin, Becca Kazaks, our technical director Kevin Catalanato, Ron Pierre, on the moving images, Des Megna, on the call with myself, Dylan Butler. Thanks again for joining us from Hills West. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Varsity Media Sports Network.